Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So happy you're here. I'm so excited about today's reading because we are diving deep into, their secret thoughts about you. This is a safe space, okay? No judgment, just honest exploration. I'm really excited to see what we uncover together. This reading is all about tapping into those hidden feelings and thoughts someone has about you. Remember, this reading is timeless, so it'll find you whenever you're meant to hear it. We're not just scratching the surface, we're going way beyond. I really want to get to the heart of what they're really thinking, so let's get into it. For our first pile, we have the Sapphire Pyramid, which is protective, and it represents guarded intentions. What walls have they built around their true feelings for you? Next up is the Amethyst Butterfly, symbolizing evolving admiration. How are their thoughts about you transforming and taking flight? Then, we have the Aquamarine Tower, which is about awakening and emerging clarity. What truths are surfacing in their mind about your connection? And finally, pile number 4, we have the Smoky Quartz Point, representing transformative and buried desires. What subconscious feelings are they working to release or embrace regarding you? Take a deep breath and trust your intuition in choosing which pile you feel most drawn to, okay? There's absolutely no pressure, and it's totally okay to check out multiple piles if you feel called. Let's take a moment to make a wish, focusing on clarity and understanding in this situation. I'm sending you all the best vibes, and I truly hope this reading brings you some peace and insight. So Sapphire is all about protection, right? And with this reading focusing on guarded intentions, it makes total sense. What walls have they built around their true feelings? It feels like we're diving into some seriously protected territory here. All right, let's get into these cards. Okay, Knight of Wands, Four of Cups, Queen of Wands. Ooh, this is juicy. Okay, so the Knight of Wands, first of all, this is all about action, passion, adventure. This is someone who's, ready to charge forward, full of energy, maybe a little impulsive, I want it, I'm going for it. That kind of vibe. But then we have the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is nah, I'm good. Someone's offering something, maybe an opportunity, maybe even affection, but this person is, closed off. They're in their head, they're not really seeing what's being offered. They're kind of a little bit, I don't know, maybe even a little bit sulky, And then we have the Queen of Wands. Now the Queen of Wands, she is confident, she is fiery, she is independent, she is a total boss babe. She knows what she wants, and she's not afraid to go after it, but she's also very grounded and very secure in herself. So, right away, I'm seeing some interesting possibilities here. I mean, the most obvious one is that the Knight of Wands is coming towards the person represented by the Four of Cups, right? Offering them something, maybe trying to sweep them off their feet, but the Four of Cups is just not having it. They're leave me alone, I'm not interested. But then, where does the Queen of Wands fit in? Is the Queen of Wands the person that the Knight of Wands should be going after? Or is the Queen of Wands observing the situation, kind of like a third party, maybe even a little bit jealous? Ooh-oh. Okay, let's dig a little deeper into this guarded intentions thing, because that's really the key here, right? What walls have they built? So, let's say the Knight of Wands is coming on strong to the Four of Cups. Why is the Four of Cups so closed off? I mean, is it just that they're not interested in the Knight of Wands specifically? Or is it something deeper than that? Maybe they've been hurt in the past, and they're afraid to open themselves up again. Maybe they have some deep-seated insecurities that are preventing them from receiving love or affection. Or maybe, and this is a big maybe they're actually interested in the Queen of Wands. Yeah, okay, that just hit me. What if the Four of Cups is secretly pinning after the Queen of Wands, but they're too afraid to do anything about it? That would totally explain the guarded intentions, right? They're building walls because they're afraid of rejection, or maybe they're afraid of what other people will think. And the Knight of Wands, bless his heart, he's just completely oblivious to all of this. He's just charging ahead, thinking he's going to win over the Four of Cups with his charm and energy, but he's barking up the wrong tree. He has no idea what is going on or what this person truly wants. Now, let's talk about the Queen of Wands. What's her role in all of this? Is she aware of the Four of Cups' secret feelings for her? Is she reciprocating those feelings? Or is she completely in the dark? I mean, if she is aware, that would explain why she's being so guarded. Maybe she's trying to protect the Four of Cups from getting hurt, or maybe she's just not sure how she feels about the whole situation. Maybe she likes the attention of both of them, or maybe she is just not interested in either of them. You know, it could also be that the Queen of Wands represents the seeker in this reading, like you. And maybe you're the one who's observing this whole situation, trying to figure out what's going on between these two people. Maybe you're interested in one of them, or maybe you're just curious about the dynamic. And the Sapphire, with its protective energy, is there to help you navigate this complicated situation, to help you see through the illusions and the guarded intentions, and to protect your own heart in the process. It's telling you to be careful who you trust and to not get too caught up in the drama. Because, let's be honest, this is a lot of drama. We've got unrequited love, secret desires, oblivious knights, and guarded queens. It's like a soap opera, but the cards are here to give you some clarity and insight to help you understand what's really going on beneath the surface. And that Knight of Wands energy could also represent someone from the past coming back into the picture. Someone who is very passionate and exciting, but maybe also a little bit immature or unreliable. And the Four of Cups is like, not this again, I'm so over it. Like, maybe this person has a history of sweeping in and then disappearing, and the Four of Cups is just not willing to go down that road again. They're putting up their defenses, protecting their heart from getting hurt again. But the Queen of Wands could be saying, don't shut yourself off completely. There might be something valuable here, but you need to be smart about it. Don't let your past experiences cloud your judgment. Or, what if the Knight of Wands represents a new opportunity that's coming your way? A chance to pursue a passion project, or maybe even a new romantic interest. But the Four of Cups is hesitant to embrace it, maybe because you're afraid of failure, or maybe because you're just comfortable where you are. And the Queen of Wands is encouraging you to step outside of your comfort zone, to take a risk, to embrace the unknown. She's saying, you've got this. You're strong, you're capable, you can handle whatever comes your way. I feel like the guarded intentions here might be your own. Like, you're the one who's building the walls, you're the one who's hesitant to open yourself up to new possibilities. And the Sapphire is reminding you that it's okay to protect yourself, but don't let fear hold you back from living your life to the fullest. The Four of Cups can also represent a feeling of dissatisfaction, like you're not really appreciating what you have. Maybe you're focused on what's missing in your life, instead of being grateful for what you already have. And the Knight of Wands is a reminder that life is an adventure, and you need to embrace the journey. Don't get so caught up in your head that you forget to enjoy the ride. Don't always worry about what is coming, and just focus on what you have. You can always grow from there. And the Queen of Wands is urging you to find your inner fire, to tap into your passions, to live your life with purpose and intention. She's saying, you have so much to offer the world. Don't be afraid to shine your light. Okay, so I'm feeling like this reading is really about overcoming your own limitations, breaking down the walls that you've built around yourself, and embracing your full potential. The guarded intentions aren't necessarily coming from someone else, they're coming from within you. And the Sapphire is there to support you on this journey, to protect you from negative energy, and to help you stay true to yourself. It's a reminder that you are strong, you are capable, and you are worthy of love and happiness. Maybe someone is not seeing the true potential in something or someone. Maybe the Knight of Wands is rushing in, offering excitement, but the Four of Cups isn't recognizing the value because they're too focused on something else, or they're just not in the right headspace. The Queen of Wands sees the potential, though. She understands the value of what's being offered, but she's also aware of the risks. She's in a position of power and influence, and she's carefully considering her options. This could be a situation where someone is underestimating you or underestimating your abilities. The Knight of Wands is charging ahead, full of confidence, but maybe they're not seeing the full picture. The Four of Cups is overlooking your talents or your potential contributions. But the Queen of Wands recognizes your worth. She sees what you're capable of, and she's willing to give you a chance to shine. She might be a mentor, a boss, or someone in a position to help you advance in your career or personal life. Or maybe you're the one who's not seeing the potential in yourself. The Knight of Wands is your own energy, your own drive and ambition. But the Four of Cups is your self-doubt, your insecurities, the voice in your head that's telling you that you're not good enough. The Queen of Wands is your inner strength, your confidence, your ability to overcome challenges. She's the part of you that knows you can achieve anything you set your mind to. She is encouraging you to go for it. So, the guarded intentions here could be about protecting yourself from disappointment. You're hesitant to pursue your dreams or to take risks because you're afraid of failing. You're building walls around your heart, preventing yourself from getting hurt. The Sapphire is reminding you that it's okay to be vulnerable, it's okay to take risks, and it's okay to fail. Failure is just a learning opportunity. The important thing is to keep moving forward, to keep believing in yourself, and to never give up on your dreams. This reading is just packed with possibilities, isn't it? I feel like we've barely scratched the surface. But hopefully, this has given you some food for thought, some insights into what's really going on, and some guidance on how to move forward with confidence and clarity. I think this is a powerful message. Okay, wow, so where do we even go from there? This is already so intense. Alright, so the next card. Drum roll, please. It's the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my god. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune, this changes everything. So remember how we were talking about guarded intentions and who's building walls and why? Well, the Wheel of Fortune is basically fate stepping in and saying, hold up, I've got other plans. You know, it's all bets are off. This card is all about cycles, about ups and downs, about things changing when you least expect them to, and about destiny. So, all those carefully constructed walls, the Wheel of Fortune doesn't care about your walls. It's gonna spin whether you're ready or not. So, how does this connect to the Knight of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Queen of Wands? Okay, so, let's say the Knight of Wands is still charging ahead, right? Full of passion, full of energy. Well, the Wheel of Fortune could mean that he suddenly finds himself in a completely different situation. Maybe he gets an amazing opportunity that takes him far away, maybe he meets someone else who captures his attention, or maybe he realizes that his feelings for the Four of Cups just weren't as strong as he thought they were. You know? Boom, just like that, the wheel turns and everything changes. It could also mean he finally gets a break. All this time he's been trying and running into walls. Well, this could mean a shift in his favor. And what about the Four of Cups? Remember how they were all closed off and not seeing the opportunities right in front of them? Well, the Wheel of Fortune could be a wake-up call. Maybe something happens that forces them to see things in a completely new light. Maybe they suddenly realize that they've been missing out on something amazing, or maybe they finally get the courage to express their true feelings, especially to the Queen of Wands, if that's what's going on there. It could also mean that the opportunity that they are shunning is going to go away completely. Fate says, nope, you had your chance. And the Queen of Wands. Well, she's already pretty confident and independent, but the Wheel of Fortune could bring her an even bigger opportunity. Maybe she gets a promotion, maybe she starts her own business, or maybe she finally finds the love of her life. Or it could mean that she faces a sudden challenge, something that tests her strength and resilience. But you know what? She's the Queen of Wands. She can handle anything, but the Wheel of Fortune could turn against her as well, removing the stability she had. Nothing is ever certain. Okay, but let's dig deeper into this whole guarded intentions thing, because that's still super important, right? So, is someone trying to control the Wheel of Fortune? Is someone trying to manipulate fate to get what they want? Because that never ends well. The Wheel of Fortune is all about accepting the ups and downs of life, about surrendering to the flow, and about trusting that everything is happening for a reason, even if you can't see it right now. So, if someone's trying to control things, they're going to be in for a rude awakening. The universe has a funny way of reminding us that we're not in charge. Or maybe the guarded intentions are about resisting change. Maybe someone's so afraid of the unknown that they're clinging to the past, trying to keep things the way they are. But the Wheel of Fortune is saying, no way, change is inevitable. You can't stop it, so you might as well embrace it. But it could also mean that someone is guarding themselves against change that would hurt them. Maybe they know that the wheel is turning and things are going to get bad again. But that would mean that good times are coming eventually, right? This could also be a warning not to get too complacent. The wheel will turn eventually. Okay, so, what are some practical scenarios here? Let's say you're in a job that you hate, but you're afraid to quit because you don't know what else you would do. The Wheel of Fortune could mean that you suddenly get laid off. Which, okay, that sounds terrible, but it could also be the best thing that ever happened to you. It forces you to finally take a leap of faith, to pursue your passion, to find a job that you actually love. Or let's say you're in a relationship that's not really working, but you're afraid to break up because you don't want to be alone. The Wheel of Fortune could mean that your partner suddenly breaks up with you. Which, again, sounds awful, but it could also free you up to find someone who's a better match for you, someone who truly appreciates you for who you are. Or let's say you've been wanting to start your own business, but you're too afraid to take the risk. The Wheel of Fortune could mean that you suddenly get a windfall of money, maybe an inheritance or a lottery win, that gives you the financial security to finally pursue your dreams. Or maybe it means you lose your job, so you have no choice but to try your dream. See. The Wheel of Fortune is all about unexpected twists and turns. It's about embracing the unknown and about trusting that everything is going to work out in the end, even if it doesn't seem like it right now. And remember that Sapphire pyramid? It's there to protect you through all of these changes, to help you stay grounded, to help you stay positive, and to help you see the bigger picture. The protective energy is needed now more than ever. But okay, let's get back to the Knight of Wands, Four of Cups, and Queen of Wands dynamic, because I'm still, obsessed with this. So, what if the Wheel of Fortune is specifically impacting their relationships? What if it's bringing a sudden opportunity for the Four of Cups to finally express their feelings for the Queen of Wands? Maybe they get invited to a party together, or maybe they end up working on a project together, and they finally have a chance to connect on a deeper level. Or what if the Wheel of Fortune is throwing a wrench in the Knight of Wands' plans? Maybe he's been so focused on winning over the Four of Cups that he's completely ignored the Queen of Wands, who's actually the one who's truly interested in him. The Wheel of Fortune could be bringing them together in a way that he never expected. Or maybe, and this is a big maybe, the Wheel of Fortune is revealing a secret that changes everything. Maybe the Four of Cups is secretly married. Maybe the Queen of Wands is secretly in love with someone else. Or maybe the Knight of Wands is not who he says he is. Ooh, now that would be a twist. What if the Knight of Wands isn't really a knight at all? Maybe he's just a con artist, trying to take advantage of the Four of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Okay, I know, that's a little bit dramatic, but hey, the Wheel of Fortune is all about drama. It's about the unexpected, the unpredictable, and the downright shocking. And it all builds on those guarded intentions. The walls these people have built are about to be tested. And remember how we were saying that the guarded intentions might be your own? Well, the Wheel of Fortune could be a sign that it's time to let go of those walls. It's time to embrace change, to take risks, and to trust that the universe has your back. It's time to stop trying to control everything and just go with the flow. The wheel is turning, whether you like it or not. I think one of the most important things to remember about the Wheel of Fortune is that it's not always about good luck. It's about balance. It's about the cyclical nature of life. So, even if things are going well right now, you need to be prepared for the possibility that they might not stay that way forever. And even if things are tough right now, you need to remember that they will eventually get better. Everything changes. The key is to stay grounded, to stay positive, and to trust that you can handle whatever comes your way. And that Sapphire pyramid is there to help you do just that. Wow, okay, I feel like we've just opened up a whole new can of worms here. The Wheel of Fortune has completely changed the game. I'm seriously, dying to know what's going to happen next. I mean, will the Four of Cups finally confess their feelings? Will the Knight of Wands find true love? Will the Queen of Wands face a major challenge? And what secrets will be revealed? The possibilities are endless. I almost wonder if this Wheel of Fortune isn't about to knock someone off their high horse, you know? Maybe someone thinks they're in control, but fate's about to show them who's really boss. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe someone's been feeling down on their luck, and this is a sign that things are finally about to turn around for them. But I also think it's important to remember that the Wheel of Fortune isn't just about external events. It's also about internal shifts. It's about changing your perspective, about letting go of old beliefs, and about embracing new possibilities. So, maybe the guarded intentions aren't just about protecting yourself from others. Maybe they're also about protecting yourself from your own potential. What if you're afraid of what you might be capable of if you really let go and embraced your true power? And that Queen of Wands energy is so important here because she represents your inner strength, your confidence, and your ability to overcome challenges. She's the part of you that knows you can handle anything, no matter what the Wheel of Fortune throws your way. Okay, so, to recap. Just kidding, no recaps. We're moving forward. I'm way too excited to stop now. The Wheel of Fortune has thrown everything into chaos, but in a good way. It's forcing everyone to confront their guarded intentions, to embrace change, and to step into their true potential. And the Sapphire Pyramid is there to protect you every step of the way. I think this is leading to something huge, something transformative. So, buckle up, because I have no idea what's coming next, but I have a feeling it's going to be wild. Okay, get ready, because here we go. What's the next card going to be? Okay, so, are you ready for this? Because I'm not sure I am. Okay, so, after the Wheel of Fortune we get the Tower. Oh my God, talk about a plot twist. This is not what I was expecting at all. Okay, so the Tower, in case you don't know, this is the card of, sudden destruction, unexpected change, things falling apart. It's like bam. Everything you thought you knew is suddenly, shattered into a million pieces. But, it's also about, clearing away the old to make way for the new. So, it's not all bad, but it's definitely, intense. So, how does this fit in with everything else we've got going on? The Knight of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the guarded intentions, the Wheel of Fortune spinning like crazy. Okay, so, first of all, I think this means that whatever walls people have built up, whatever illusions they're clinging to, they're about to come crashing down. The universe is not messing around here. This isn't just a little nudge, this is a full-in demolition. And that Sapphire Pyramid, that protective energy, it's going to be working overtime. Because, this is going to be a bumpy ride. So, let's think about the Knight of Wands. He's all about action and passion, right? But the Tower could mean that his plans are suddenly, completely derailed. Maybe he faces a major setback. Maybe he loses something important. Or maybe he realizes that everything he's been working towards was built on a shaky foundation. Maybe he thought he was in love with the Four of Cups, but the Tower reveals that it was just infatuation. Or maybe he discovers something about her that completely changes his perspective. Or maybe, the Tower is showing him that his impulsive nature is actually hurting him, that he needs to slow down and think before he acts. And what about the Four of Cups? Remember how they were all closed off and resistant to change? Well, the Tower could be exactly what they need to shake them out of their funk. Maybe they experience a sudden loss that forces them to confront their emotions, or maybe they witness something shocking that makes them see the world in a completely new way. Or maybe the Tower is destroying the thing that was holding them back. The thing that made them so closed off in the first place. Maybe it's the end of a relationship or the loss of a job. It will hurt, but it will free them. And the Queen of Wands, she's usually so confident and in control, but the Tower could bring her a major challenge that tests her strength and resilience. Maybe she faces a public scandal, maybe she loses her job, or maybe she experiences a personal crisis that shakes her to her core. But the Queen of Wands is a survivor. She'll find a way to rebuild, to come back stronger than ever. But it will leave a mark on her. It could also be a sign that her confidence has become arrogance. Okay, but let's get back to those guarded intentions, because that's still the key, right? So, the Tower could mean that someone's secrets are about to be revealed. All those walls they've built up to protect themselves. They're not going to hold anymore. The truth is coming out, whether they're ready for it or not. Maybe the Four of Cups is hiding a secret relationship. Maybe the Knight of Wands is lying about his past. Or maybe the Queen of Wands is secretly struggling with something that she's been trying to hide from the world. Maybe they aren't even aware of the secrets. and it is about to shock them just as much. Or maybe the guarded intentions themselves are the thing that's about to be destroyed. Maybe someone's been so focused on protecting themselves that they've completely lost touch with their true selves, and the Tower is there to tear down those false pretenses and force them to confront who they really are. Like, maybe the Four of Cups is actually a super talented artist, but they've been too afraid to pursue their passion because they're afraid of failure. The Tower could be the catalyst that finally pushes them to take that leap of faith. Or maybe the Knight of Wands is deeply insecure, and his bravado is just a cover-up. The Tower could expose that insecurity, forcing him to confront his own vulnerability. So, what are some practical scenarios here? Let's say you're in a job that's making you miserable, but you're afraid to quit because you need the money. The Tower could mean that you suddenly get fired. Which, okay, that sounds terrible, but it could also be the push you need to finally pursue your dream career. Or let's say you're in a relationship that's toxic and unhealthy, but you're afraid to leave because you don't want to be alone. The Tower could mean that your partner suddenly cheats on you, forcing you to end the relationship and finally prioritize your own well-being. Or let's say you've been clinging to an old belief that's no longer serving you. The Tower could bring a sudden experience that shatters that belief and opens you up to a whole new way of thinking. Like, maybe you've always believed that you're not good enough, but the Tower brings an opportunity that proves you wrong and helps you see your own worth. But it's important to remember that the Tower isn't just about destruction. It's also about rebuilding. It's about clearing away the old to make way for the new. So, even though it might be painful at first, the Tower can ultimately lead to a more authentic and fulfilling life. Think about it like a forest fire. It destroys everything in its path, but it also clears the way for new growth. The ashes provide nutrients for the soil, and the sunlight can finally reach the forest floor. The Tower is like a spiritual forest fire, and that sapphire pyramid, it's there to protect you through this process, to help you stay grounded, to help you stay positive, and to help you see the bigger picture. It's a reminder that even in the midst of chaos, you are strong, you are resilient, and you are capable of rebuilding your life. It will allow you to remain calm in the storm and come out stronger. The sapphire is like your emotional safety net. Okay, so, what does this mean for the Knight of Wands, Four of Cups, and Queen of Wands dynamic? Well, it could mean that their relationships are about to undergo a major transformation. Maybe they experience a falling out that forces them to reevaluate their connections, or maybe they discover something about each other that changes everything. Or maybe the Tower clears the way for them to finally connect on a deeper level, to build relationships that are based on authenticity and trust. What if the Tower reveals that the Four of Cups has been secretly in love with the Queen of Wands all along, but they've been too afraid to admit it? The Tower could be the catalyst that finally brings them together. Or what if the Knight of Wands realizes that he's been pursuing the wrong person, and the Tower shows him that the Queen of Wands is actually his true soulmate? The possibilities are endless, but I also think it's important to remember that the Tower can be a warning. It can be a sign that you're heading down the wrong path, that you need to make a change before things get even worse. So, if you're seeing the Tower in your reading, it's time to take a good hard look at your life and ask yourself, what needs to change? What am I clinging to that's no longer serving me? What secrets am I hiding from myself and from others? And if you're brave enough to answer those questions honestly, you can use the Tower as an opportunity to create a more authentic and fulfilling life. Maybe you're the Knight of Wands, and you're so focused on pursuing your goals that you're neglecting your relationships. The Tower could be a warning that you need to slow down and prioritize the people you care about before it's too late. Or maybe you're the Four of Cups, and you're so afraid of getting hurt that you're shutting yourself off from love and connection. The Tower could be a warning that you need to open your heart and take a risk, or you'll miss out on something amazing. Or maybe you're the Queen of Wands, and you're so focused on maintaining your image of strength and control that you're neglecting your own needs. The Tower could be a warning that you need to let go of some of that control and allow yourself to be vulnerable. And remember how we were saying that the guarded intentions might be your own? Well, the Tower could be a sign that it's time to tear down those walls. It's time to stop hiding from yourself and from others and to embrace your true authenticity. It's time to let go of the past and step into the future with courage and vulnerability. The Tower is saying, enough is enough. It's time to be real. I think that Tower is telling you to release the burden. Whatever you have been holding onto, it is time to let it go. This could be the very reason that you pulled the Sapphire. You know what is coming, and you need the strength to get through it. It is like the universe knew that the Tower was coming and that you needed the extra help to get through it. Wow, this is all so intense. I'm seriously, on the edge of my seat. I have no idea what's going to happen next, but I have a feeling it's going to be a wild ride. Okay, wow, and after all that chaos, here we go. Strength, okay, that makes a lot of sense, right? After the Tower comes crashing down, you need strength to pick yourself up and rebuild. So, this card is all about inner power, courage, compassion, resilience. It's about taming your inner demons, finding your inner voice, and facing your fears with grace. It's about knowing your own power and having strength to overcome obstacles and challenges, especially after that Tower moment. So, yeah, after the Tower, strength is, exactly what we need. And I think it's all about not being afraid to be your own person, you know. So how does this connect to everything else? The Knight of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Guarded Intentions, the Wheel of Fortune, the freaking Tower. Okay, so, remember the Knight of Wands. He's all fiery and passionate, but maybe a little impulsive, right? Well, the Strength card could be telling him that true strength isn't about charging ahead blindly. It's about harnessing his energy, focusing his intentions, and acting with compassion. He needs to learn to control his impulses. Maybe the Tower moment knocked him down a few pegs, humbled him a little bit. Now, he needs to find the inner strength to get back up, not just with more bravado, but with real understanding. So, it's about having self-control, about learning to be patient, and finding a way to temper those wands-like flames. And the Four of Cups, they're all closed off and resistant to change, right? Well, the Strength card could be saying that their strength lies in their vulnerability. It's about opening themselves up to new experiences, embracing their emotions, and allowing themselves to be seen. They need the strength to stop pushing things away and to be open to what is being offered to them, even if it is scary. Maybe the Tower tore down their walls, exposed their fears. Now, they need the strength to face those fears, to heal from their past hurts, and to finally let love in. You know, to trust themselves to be able to handle any hurt that may come. The Strength card is telling them that the power to be open is within them. It is about having the confidence to let go. And the Queen of Wands, she's already confident and strong, but the Strength card could be reminding her that true strength isn't about being a boss babe all the time. It's about having compassion for others, leading with kindness, and using her power to uplift those around her. She needs the strength to be vulnerable. She is probably already pretty good at showing compassion, but she may need to also show a little bit of grace for herself. The Tower may have shaken her, but it is important to remember that she has a soft side and a capacity to understand other people. It's about showing that other side of yourself and having the strength to be soft as well as hard. Maybe the Tower challenged her authority, forced her to confront her own limitations. Now, she needs the strength to lead with empathy, to inspire others with her vulnerability, and to create a more inclusive and supportive environment. Okay, but let's get back to those guarded intentions, because that's still the core of this reading, right? So, the Strength card could be saying that true strength comes from authenticity. It's about tearing down the walls we've built around ourselves, being honest about our feelings, and showing the world our true selves, flaws and all. It is about no longer needing those walls, because you are confident in who you are. You know that you have the power to get through anything, and you don't need to be so afraid. The guarded intentions are just keeping you from getting the blessings that you deserve. They are keeping you from getting what you want. What if the guarded intentions were about protecting yourself from disappointment? The Strength card says that true strength is about embracing vulnerability, taking risks, and knowing that even if things don't work out, you can handle it. The Sapphire here can also represent a boundary, which protects your personal power, or a boundary that separates you from others. You have to realize that your strength does not come from other people, and you have to be okay with that. It is about knowing how to use your own powers. So, what are some practical scenarios here? Let's say you're in a situation where you're being bullied or taken advantage of. The Strength card could be telling you that your strength lies in setting boundaries, standing up for yourself, and refusing to tolerate mistreatment. It's about finding your voice and using it to protect yourself, even if it's scary. This is a great practical scenario because the Strength card has an image of someone handling a lion, but they are not killing the lion, they are handling it with strength, confidence, and grace. Or let's say you're struggling with a difficult relationship. The Strength card could be saying that your strength lies in communicating your needs, setting healthy boundaries, and being willing to walk away if the relationship is no longer serving you. It's about honoring your own worth and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. Or let's say you're facing a major life challenge, like a job loss or a health crisis. The Strength card could be telling you that your strength lies in your resilience, your ability to adapt, and your unwavering belief in yourself. It's about finding the inner resources to overcome obstacles, maintain a positive attitude, and keep moving forward, even when things are tough. But it's important to remember that the Strength card isn't about brute force. It's about gentle power. It's about compassion, understanding, and empathy. It's about taming your inner demons, not destroying them. It's about learning to love and accept yourself, even with all your flaws and imperfections. This can be the hardest part of all. This card is all about inner strength and your own personal power, which does not involve other people, though it can involve setting boundaries with those people to conserve and protect your own energy. And that Sapphire pyramid? It's there to support you on this journey. To help you connect with your inner strength, to protect you from negative influences, and to remind you that you are capable of anything you set your mind to. Okay, so, what does this mean for the Knight of Wands, Four of Cups, and Queen of Wands dynamic? Well, it could mean that they're all being called to find their inner strength and use it to navigate the challenges and opportunities that are coming their way. Maybe the Knight of Wands needs to learn to temper his impulsiveness and act with more compassion. Maybe the Four of Cups needs to open themselves up to new experiences and embrace their vulnerability. And maybe the Queen of Wands needs to lead with kindness and use her power to uplift those around her. Or maybe, they all need to find the strength to break free from unhealthy patterns and create more authentic and fulfilling lives. Maybe the Tower destroyed their relationships, forcing them to start over. Now, they need the strength to build new connections based on honesty, trust, and mutual respect. But I also think it's important to remember that the Strength card can be a call to action. It can be a sign that you're ready to step into your power, to embrace your true potential, and to make a difference in the world. So, if you're seeing the Strength card in your reading, it's time to ask yourself, what am I passionate about? What am I good at? How can I use my gifts to make the world a better place? The Strength card is saying, you've got this. You're strong, you're capable, and you're ready to shine. And remember how we were saying that the guarded intentions might be your own. Well, the Strength card could be a sign that it's time to let go of those fears and insecurities and embrace your true authenticity. It's time to stop hiding from yourself and from others and to show the world what you're really made of. So, the Strength card has shown you what you need to get through this Tower moment. It is all about what you need to learn. But what is the universe going to teach you about this? We need to find out. What is the final card that is going to guide you? I am so excited to find out what is coming. Okay, so that Strength card has shown you what you need to get through this Tower moment, and hopefully it will help temper the energy of the Knight of Wands rushing into things. It is all about what you need to learn, but what is the universe going to teach you about this? We need to find out. What is the final card that is going to guide you? I am so excited to find out what is coming. So let's pull that last card and reveal the secrets this reading is trying to tell you. Okay, are you ready? Because this is huge after everything we've been through, the final card. For their secret thoughts about you is the Star. Ooh, oh my God, the Star, that's... Wow, okay, so after the chaos of the Tower and finding your strength. The Star is like a beacon of hope, right? It's like everything might have fallen apart, but there's still light at the end of the tunnel. This card is all about hope, faith, healing, inspiration, and reconnecting with your spirituality. It's about finding peace and serenity after the storm. Seriously, chills, so how does this star card play with everything we've already got going on? Like the Knight of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune turning and turning, the Tower collapsing everything, and then that Strength card? It's like a whole freaking movie. Okay, so the Knight of Wands. Remember him, all that fiery energy? Well, maybe the Tower shook him up a bit, right? Maybe he needed that. So now, the star is telling him to find hope again, to believe in the future, even if things look bleak right now. It's about finding inspiration in the midst of the chaos. Maybe he needs to find some new inspiration too. The star is telling him to use that wand's energy for good and to share his light with everyone around him. Maybe the Tower caused him to lose something, and he feels lost. The star is telling him that it is okay, and it will lead him to a new opportunity. And what about the Four of Cups? They were so closed off, right? So unwilling to see what was being offered. Well, the star could be a sign that they're finally starting to heal. It's like they're finally opening their eyes and seeing the beauty in the world again. This card is telling them to have faith, to believe that things will get better, even if they don't see it right now. The star could be showing them that they actually have a lot to be grateful for, even after the Tower. It is showing them that even when there are hard times, you can still find moments of peace and serenity. This is the first time they will finally be able to look up and see the light again. And the Queen of Wands, she's already so strong, but the star could be a reminder that even she needs hope and inspiration. This card is telling her to connect with her spirituality, to find peace and serenity within herself, even when things are chaotic around her. It's about finding her inner light and sharing it with others. It is about knowing that even when things look bleak, you can still find a way to shine. It is a reminder that even when she is strong, she can look to others to support her. It is about finding the kindness within her to let people in. Okay, but what about those guarded intentions? Because that's what this whole reading is about, right? Well, the star is basically shining a light on those intentions, revealing what's really going on underneath the surface. It's like all those walls that people have built up. The star is showing them that it's okay to tear them down, that it's okay to be vulnerable, that it's okay to let their true selves shine through. It is about seeing the real beauty within. Maybe the guarded intentions were about protecting yourself from getting hurt. The star is saying that it's okay to open your heart again, to believe in love, even after you've been hurt in the past. The star is telling you that it is okay to be vulnerable and to be open to receiving love from someone else. The star is showing you that the risk is worth the reward. It is like, even though there's a risk you get hurt, there's also a chance that you'll find love. Maybe the guarded intentions were about hiding your true self from the world. The star is saying that it's time to let go of that fear, to embrace your authenticity, and to show the world who you really are. It is showing you that the world deserves to see the person you really are, and that you deserve to finally be free from the burden of hiding. Maybe the guarded intentions were about protecting yourself from failure. The star is saying that it's okay to take risks, to pursue your dreams, even if you're afraid of failing. The star is reminding you that failure is just a learning experience, and that it's important to keep believing in yourself no matter what. So, what are some practical scenarios here? Let's say you're going through a really tough time, like a breakup or a job loss. The star is telling you to find hope again, to believe that things will get better, even if you don't see it right now. It's about focusing on the positive, practicing self-care, and surrounding yourself with people who support you. It is about taking the time you need to heal and knowing that you are worthy of love and success. Or let's say you're feeling lost and confused about your purpose in life. The star is telling you to connect with your spirituality, to find your inner guidance, and to follow your heart. It's about listening to your intuition, pursuing your passions, and using your gifts to make the world a better place. It is about knowing that you have something special to offer the world. The star can be seen as a star in the night sky, guiding you when you are lost. Or let's say you're struggling with a relationship and you're not sure if it's worth saving. The star is telling you to have faith, to believe in the power of love, and to communicate openly and honestly with your partner. It's about being willing to forgive, to compromise, and to work through your problems together. It is about being a part of a union that is guided by faith and kindness. But it's important to remember that the star isn't just about wishful thinking. It's about actively creating the future you want to see. It's about taking action, pursuing your goals, and working towards your dreams. It is not enough to just hope for something, you have to actively pursue it. And that sapphire pyramid? It's still there, protecting you. It's there to help you stay grounded, to help you stay positive, and to help you stay connected to your inner wisdom. It is there to help you maintain hope and faith. It is a reminder that you are not alone and that you are loved. It will help you to believe in your path. Okay, so, what does this mean for the Knight of Wands, Four of Cups, and Queen of Wands dynamic? Well, it could mean that they're all being called to find hope and inspiration again, to believe in the power of love, and to create a brighter future together. Maybe the Knight of Wands needs to find a new direction for his energy, a new passion to pursue. Maybe the Four of Cups needs to open their heart to love and connection. And maybe the Queen of Wands needs to use her power to inspire and uplift others. Maybe it is about connecting as a group to create something powerful. The Knight of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Queen of Wands all have something unique and special to offer. And if they come together to support one another, they can do amazing things. The Star card is about finding harmony within the group, a way to connect on a spiritual level and to help each other grow. It is about sharing your own light and not keeping it to yourself. Or maybe, this is all about you. Maybe you're the one who needs to find hope again, to believe in the power of love, and to create a brighter future for yourself. The Star card is a reminder that you are worthy of love, happiness, and success, and that you have the power to create the life you desire. The star is shining directly upon you, blessing you and showing you the path forward. This is especially true since you are the one getting the reading. The Star card is telling you to release yourself and allow faith and guidance to lead the way. It is about finally trusting your intuition. And remember those guarded intentions. The star is showing you that it's time to let go of those fears and insecurities and to embrace your true self. It's time to shine brightly, to share your gifts with the world, and to create a life filled with love, joy, and purpose. It is time to be free. This final card is here to tell you that the path forward is clear. You must simply believe. Wow, what a reading, right? So, wow, what a ride, right? We started with those guarded intentions, trying to figure out what walls were up and why. We had the Knight of Wands charging ahead, the Four of Cups all closed off, and the Queen of Wands kind of overseeing everything. Then the Wheel of Fortune came and shook things up, followed by the Tower, which, totally demolished everything. But then we found strength, that inner power to rebuild. And now, finally, we have the Star. It feels like we've been through a whole freaking roller coaster, but we've landed in a place of hope and healing, you know? It's like, after all that destruction, there's finally some light shining through. And the Star is here to guide us forward. Okay, so let's think about what the Star means for each of those characters. What about the Knight of Wands? After all that fiery energy and maybe a bit of impulsiveness, the Star is telling him to find a new focus, right? Maybe the Tower took away something he thought he wanted, leaving him feeling lost. The Star is telling him that it's okay to grieve that loss, but to also have faith that something even better is coming. It's about finding a new direction for that energy, a new passion to pursue, and using his fire to inspire others, to become a beacon of hope for other people. He is finally getting the clarity to see the light again. And the Four of Cups. Remember how they were so closed off, so unwilling to see what was being offered. The Star is like a gentle hand opening their eyes, helping them to see the beauty in the world again. Maybe the Tower shattered those walls they had built, leaving them feeling vulnerable. The Star is telling them that it's okay to be vulnerable, that it's okay to open their heart to love and connection. It's about having faith that things will get better, and about recognizing the blessings that are already in their life. It is like they have been in a dark room and have finally stepped outside to see the world and feel the sun. And the Queen of Wands, she's already so strong and confident, but the Star is reminding her that even she needs hope and inspiration, right? This card is telling her to connect with her spirituality, to find peace and serenity within herself, even when things are chaotic around her. It's about using her power not just to lead, but to inspire, to uplift, and to bring hope to others. It is about knowing that even when things look bleak, you can still find a way to shine. Maybe she can be the light for the other people in her life. Okay, but let's really dive into those guarded intentions, because that's what this whole reading has been about, right? What were they trying to protect and why? The star is shining a light on those intentions, revealing what's really going on underneath the surface. It's like all those walls that people have built up. The star is whispering, it's okay to let them go. You don't need them anymore. Maybe the guarded intentions were about protecting yourself from getting hurt. You've been burned in the past, so you're afraid to open your heart again. The star is saying that it's okay to be vulnerable, that it's okay to believe in love again, even after all that pain. You deserve to be loved, and you're strong enough to handle whatever comes your way. It is about knowing that even if you get hurt again, you will be able to get back up. Maybe the guarded intentions were about hiding your true self from the world. You're afraid of being judged, of not being accepted. The star is saying that it's time to let go of that fear, to embrace your authenticity, and to show the world who you really are. Your unique gifts and talents are needed, and you deserve to be celebrated for who you are. It is about knowing that you are loved and special, just the way you are. Maybe the guarded intentions were about protecting yourself from failure. You're afraid to take risks, to pursue your dreams, because you're worried you'll fall short. The star is reminding you that failure is just a learning experience, that it's part of the journey, and that it's important to keep believing in yourself, no matter what. It is about knowing that even if you fail, you can pick yourself up and try again. The lessons you learn from failing will make you even stronger and more resilient. So, what are some practical ways to bring the star into your life? What does this all look like in the real world? Let's say you're going through a really tough time. The star is telling you to find something that brings you joy, something that reminds you of the beauty in the world. Maybe it's spending time in nature, listening to music, creating art, or connecting with loved ones. It is about taking the time you need to heal and knowing that you are worthy of love and support. Or let's say you're feeling lost and confused about your purpose in life. The star is telling you to connect with your intuition, to listen to your inner voice, and to follow your heart. Maybe it's trying meditation, journaling, or spending time in quiet contemplation. It is about discovering what you are truly passionate about and then pursuing those passions with all your heart. Or let's say you're struggling with a relationship. The star is telling you to communicate openly and honestly with your partner, to express your needs and feelings, and to listen with compassion to theirs. It's about being willing to forgive, to compromise, and to work through your problems together. It is about knowing that love is a journey, not a destination, and that it takes effort and commitment to make it last. But it's so important to remember that the star isn't just about passively waiting for things to get better. It's about actively creating the future you want to see, right? It's about taking action, pursuing your goals, and working towards your dreams. It's about being the change you want to see in the world. It is about taking control of your own destiny and knowing that you have the power to create a life filled with love, joy, and purpose. And that sapphire pyramid? It's still there, protecting you. It's there to help you stay grounded, to help you stay positive, and to help you stay connected to your inner wisdom. It's a reminder that you are not alone, that you are loved, and that you have the strength and resilience to overcome any challenge. It is there to help you keep the faith and to believe in your path. The sapphire is also reminding you to protect your peace. So, what does this all mean for the Knight of Wands, Four of Cups, and Queen of Wands dynamic? Well, maybe it means they're all being called to find their individual paths to hope and inspiration, to let go of their guarded intentions, and to create a brighter future for themselves. The star is illuminating the way forward for each of them. It's time for them to step into their true power and shine. Or maybe this is all about you. Maybe you're the one who needs to hear this message of hope, to believe in the power of love, and to create a brighter future for yourself. The star is a personal reminder that you are worthy of love, happiness, and success, and that you have the power to create the life you desire. The star is shining directly on you, blessing you and showing you the path forward. Listen to it. Remember those guarded intentions? The star is showing you that it's time to let go of those fears and insecurities and to embrace your true self. It's time to shine brightly, to share your gifts with the world, and to create a life filled with love, joy, and purpose. It is time to be free. This is a powerful message, so believe in yourself. So take a deep breath, embrace the star, and know that you've got this. You are strong, you are loved, and you are ready to shine. All right, my friend who chose the amethyst butterfly, this reading is especially for you. Amethyst is all about protection, helping you transform with grace, and with the butterfly symbolizing taking flight, this reading is about how someone's thoughts about you are evolving and really taking off. Let's see what's going on with them. Okay, so the first card we have here is the Two of Swords. All right. So immediately, what this tells me is that this person, whoever you're thinking about, is stuck. They're really stuck in their head about something. It's like they have blinders on, you know? Like they can't quite see the full picture. They're trying to make a decision, but it's almost like they're deliberately blocking themselves from the answer. And because this is about their secret thoughts about you, the decision they're struggling with probably involves you somehow. Maybe they're trying to decide if they should reach out, if they should tell you how they feel, or maybe even if they should suppress their feelings altogether. It's like there's a conflict, you know, a battle going on in their mind. Part of them is saying, go for it. Tell them, and another part is saying, no way, it's too risky. Oh, it's so interesting. This Two of Swords energy can also indicate a fear of getting hurt. Maybe they've been burned in the past, and they're worried about opening themselves up again. They might be thinking, if I let myself care about them, what if they don't feel the same way? What if I get rejected? It's that kind of internal dialogue. They are afraid of vulnerability, for sure. It's like they're standing at a crossroads, and they just don't know which path to take, and they're totally frozen. And it's interesting, because the swords represent intellect, right? So they're overthinking this. They're analyzing every single possible outcome, weighing the pros and cons, and it's just leading to more confusion and more indecision. I feel like this is someone who generally likes to be in control, likes to have all the answers, and this situation with you is just throwing them for a loop. They can't figure it out, and it's driving them a little bit crazy, you know. They might even be trying to ignore their feelings for you, hoping they'll just go away. Like, if I don't acknowledge it, it's not real, kind of thing. But honey, let me tell you, feelings don't just disappear like that. They tend to resurface, usually at the most inconvenient time, haha. But here's the thing, because of the card following this, they will not be able to ignore it for long. This blockage, this indecision, it's not going to last forever. Something is going to shake them out of it. I am so excited. This card is like the calm before the storm, you know? Or, another possibility is that they think that pursuing things with you would be a massive conflict of interest. Like, maybe you work together, or you're both friends with the same people. So they don't want to stir the pot. They are trying to weigh if risking the peace is worth it, and that is why they feel like they are blindfolded. They are trying to decide if they should risk it all for you. Okay, let's see. They could also be trying to decide if they can actually handle a relationship right now. Maybe they're going through a lot in their own life, and they don't feel like they have the emotional bandwidth for a relationship. So it is not necessarily you that is the problem, but more of their own personal issues. They are trying to sort themselves out, but their feelings for you are kind of throwing a wrench into their plans, so they are at a standstill. They may even be feeling pressure from others about this situation. Like maybe their friends or family have opinions about you, and they're letting those opinions influence their decision. They're trying to balance their own feelings with what other people think, which is never a good idea, by the way. You have to follow your own heart. You really do. Or maybe, and this is a little bit of a different angle, maybe they're trying to decide if they're good enough for you. Like, they see you as being amazing, and they're not sure if they measure up. They might be thinking, they're so smart, so beautiful, so successful. What could they possibly see in me? It's a confidence thing, you know. No matter what the specific reason is, the Two of Swords is clear. This person is in their head, they're overthinking things, and they're stuck. It's a frustrating situation for them, and it's probably keeping them up at night. This is a very active card. It is all about internal activity and weighing options and really trying to come to the right decision. You know. But like I said, this isn't the end of the story. Because guess what we have next? The King of Wands. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, so this is where things get interesting. The King of Wands is all about passion, leadership, and inspiration. So, what this tells me is that even though they're stuck in their head right now, something is going to ignite their fire. They're going to have a breakthrough, and they're going to realize what they truly want. This King of Wands energy is you, honey. You are the inspiration. You are the spark that is going to get them moving. They're going to see something in you, or maybe you're going to do something that just completely captivates them, and they're going to be like, wow, I need to pursue this. This is amazing. The King of Wands knows what he wants, and he's not afraid to go after it. So this person is going to shift from being hesitant and indecisive to being confident and driven. They're going to embrace their feelings for you, and they're going to be ready to take action. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Maybe they see you speaking your mind with confidence. The King of Wands knows how to own a room, he knows how to express his vision, and he inspires other people. Maybe you inspire them by just speaking your truth, and they are amazed. Or perhaps they see you taking charge of your life. The King of Wands is a leader, he's a go-getter, and he's not afraid to take risks. Maybe they see you pursuing your dreams with passion, and it makes them realize that they need to do the same. It is such a turn-on for them, but it's not just about physical attraction. It's about something deeper. It's about your energy, your spirit, your zest for life. The King of Wands is drawn to people who are authentic and passionate. And you know, you are obviously radiating those qualities. And because this is about their secret thoughts about you, this King of Wands energy is all about how their admiration for you is evolving. They're starting to see you in a new light, and they're realizing that you're someone special. They're not just thinking, oh, they're cute. They're thinking, wow, they're amazing. I want to be around them. I want to learn from them. The tables have turned. This King of Wands energy can also indicate that they see you as a kindred spirit, someone who shares their values and their passions. They feel like you get them, and that's a really powerful connection. They may even be starting to fantasize about a future with you. The King of Wands is a visionary. He's always thinking about the possibilities. They're imagining what it would be like to travel with you, to build a life with you, to share their dreams with you. It's getting real for them, you know? This is a very exciting transition. They could also be seeing you as a challenge. The King of Wands loves a good challenge. He's always looking for ways to grow and improve himself. Maybe they see you as someone who will push them outside of their comfort zone, someone who will inspire them to be a better person. And they are ready for it. But here's the thing, the King of Wands isn't just about thinking and dreaming. He's about taking action. And that brings us to our next card, the Knight of Wands. Oh my goodness, this is getting so good. So the Knight of Wands is all about energy, adventure, and taking risks. So what this tells me is that this person, after having this King of Wands revelation, is going to be ready to do something about it. They're not going to just sit around and daydream. They're going to take a leap of faith and pursue you. This Knight of Wands energy is all about impulsiveness and excitement. They might surprise you with a spontaneous date, a passionate declaration of love, or even a grand gesture. They're going to want to sweep you off your feet, you know? The Knight of Wands doesn't always think things through, though. He's more about following his heart and trusting his instincts. So they might do something a little bit crazy, a little bit unexpected. But it's all coming from a place of genuine excitement and passion. It is the passion in this spread that I cannot get over. Maybe they'll send you a bold text message, something that makes you go, whoa, okay. Or maybe they'll show up at your door with flowers or plan a weekend getaway. They are ready to take you on an adventure, baby. Whatever it is, it's going to be something that shows you that they're serious about their feelings for you. This is not a game. This Knight of Wands energy can also indicate a desire for adventure and excitement in general. Maybe they're feeling restless in their life, and they see you as someone who can bring some spice and spontaneity into the mix. They want to shake things up, and they see you as the perfect partner in crime. They might even be a little bit reckless, you know? The Knight of Wands isn't always the most responsible person. They might take risks that others wouldn't, or they might act without thinking about the consequences. But that's part of their charm. It's all very exciting. But here's the thing, the Knight of Wands energy can be fleeting. They might come on strong at first, but then their interest could fade. So it's important to see if this is just a temporary infatuation or if it's something more lasting. Only time will tell. They could also be a little bit immature. The Knight of Wands is still learning and growing, and they might not always handle things in the most mature way. They might make mistakes, or they might say things that they regret. But you have to be patient with them because they're still figuring things out. Or maybe they're just really, really nervous. The Knight of Wands energy can also indicate a fear of rejection. They're putting themselves out there, and they're hoping that you'll reciprocate their feelings. But they're also afraid of getting hurt. So you have to be gentle with them and let them know that you appreciate their efforts. So, with this Knight of Wands energy, get ready for some action. Get ready for some excitement. Get ready for some surprises. This person is about to make a move, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. This whole reading is about forward momentum. Okay, so after all that excitement, after all that build-up, here comes Judgment. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Judgment is like wake-up call central. It's that moment where the universe is like, hello, are you in there? It's time to get real. It is like a cosmic alarm clock. It is calling you to a higher purpose, a better version of yourself. And it also tends to deal with karma, so all of those actions from the Knight of Wands may have some consequences, for better or worse. This card is all about, like, major life review. It is when you take stock of everything you've done, everything you've been through, and you finally understand why it all happened. It's like all the pieces of the puzzle suddenly click into place. And it's not always pretty, you know? Sometimes you have to face some hard truths about yourself, about your past, about the choices you've made. It is a card of being brutally honest with yourself. There is nowhere left to hide. It's like a spiritual spring cleaning, you know? You are clearing out all the old baggage, all the old patterns, all the old beliefs that are no longer serving you. And you're making space for something new, something better, something more authentic. But here's the beautiful thing about Judgment. It's not about dwelling on the past. It is about learning from the past and moving forward with a renewed sense of purpose. It is about understanding that everything that has happened to you has shaped you into the person you are today. And it's about accepting that person, flaws and all. Oh, honey, this is so good. So how does this relate to what we've already seen? Well, remember that Two of Swords, that feeling of being stuck, of being unable to make a decision? Judgment is like the antidote to that. It's the clarity that cuts through the confusion. It is what helps them finally see the path forward. All that overthinking. Forget about it. This is about trusting your intuition, trusting your heart, and knowing that you're on the right track. And that King of Wands energy, that passion, that inspiration, Judgment takes that to a whole new level. It's not just about wanting something, it's about knowing that you're meant to have it. It is about aligning your desires with your soul's purpose. It is about understanding that you're worthy of love, worthy of happiness, worthy of success. And that Knight of Wands energy, that impetuousness, that desire to just charge forward, Judgment is like, hold on a second, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It is about taking a step back and making sure you're making the right choices for the right reasons. It is about tempering that fire with wisdom and discernment. This card is saying that this person is really, really thinking long-term. It is saying, does this action serve my highest purpose? Is this in alignment with my values? Will this bring me closer to the person I want to be? You see. It is a mature card, a grown-up card, and it comes after all of that flirty, exciting wand energy to say, okay, let's get serious. So, what does this mean for their secret thoughts about you? Well, first of all, it means that they're taking this whole thing a lot more seriously than they were before. The Knight of Wands might have been all about the thrill of the chase, but Judgment is about recognizing the potential for something deeper, something more meaningful. They are realizing that you're not just a passing fancy, you're someone who could potentially be a part of their life in a significant way. Maybe they're having a moment of reckoning with their past relationships. They're realizing that they've been making the same mistakes over and over again, and they're determined not to repeat them with you. They're seeing you as a chance to break free from those old patterns, to create something new and healthy and lasting. Or maybe they're realizing that they've been holding themselves back in some way. They've been afraid to be vulnerable, afraid to open up, afraid to truly commit. But they're seeing that if they want to have a real relationship with you, they need to let go of those fears and take a leap of faith. It is a new level of maturity. They could be thinking, wow, this person really sees me for who I am. They see my potential, they see my flaws, and they still accept me. That's amazing. Or they might be thinking, I've been so focused on my own needs and desires, I haven't really considered what this person wants. I need to be more considerate, more empathetic. It is all about considering the other person's perspective. It is all about considering the impact of your actions. They are starting to understand that a relationship is not just about what you can get from the other person, it is about what you can give. It is about supporting each other, growing together, and creating a life that is bigger than yourselves. Oh, I love this so much. This is an amazing card, and the turn this reading is taking is incredible. It's also possible that they're realizing that they need to forgive someone, either you or themselves. Maybe there's been some misunderstanding, some hurt feelings, some lingering resentment. But they're seeing that holding onto that negativity is only hurting them in the long run. And they need to let it go so they can move forward with a clean slate. It is a very freeing card when you embrace its energy. This Judgment card is also heavily tied to destiny. They may see you as a fated person, someone they were always supposed to meet, someone who is going to change their life forever. They may start seeing all of the signs that led them to you, every little coincidence that brought you together. And they will start to believe that it was all meant to be. This is all about a grand awakening. This could manifest as them reaching out with a sincere apology, a heartfelt confession, or a bold declaration of love. They might want to clear the air, resolve any past conflicts, and start fresh. Or they might want to share their dreams with you, their hopes for the future, and their vision for a life together. They might also feel a strong urge to give back to the world in some way. Maybe they want to volunteer, donate to charity, or start a project that makes a difference. They're realizing that they have a responsibility to use their gifts and talents to make the world a better place. And they want you to be a part of that journey with them. Ultimately, Judgment is about stepping into your true potential. It's about recognizing that you're capable of so much more than you ever thought possible. And it's about having the courage to pursue your dreams, even if they seem scary or impossible. This person is realizing that you inspire them to be a better person, to live a more authentic life, and to make a positive impact on the world. You are their muse. It is saying that their thoughts about you are evolving into something much deeper, something much more profound. It is not just about attraction, it is about connection. It is not just about lust, it is about love. It is not just about the present, it is about the future. And with the Amethyst butterfly energy, this is all about protected transformation. This is them transforming into the person they are meant to be and doing it with grace and guidance. This is the universe protecting them as they step into their true power. Okay, wow, what an intense card. I am on the edge of my seat now to see where this goes next. Oh my gosh, are you serious? After all of that? The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this is huge, like seriously huge. This is destiny knocking on the door, honey. This isn't just about them anymore. This is about the universe stepping in and saying, okay, it's time to shake things up. The Wheel of Fortune is all about cycles, about what goes around comes around, about the fact that life is constantly changing. You know, you can't stay at the top forever, and you can't stay at the bottom forever either. It's all a big, beautiful, chaotic dance. So after all that soul-searching with Judgment, the universe is like, okay, time to put these lessons into practice. This person may feel like they are being pushed into something, and they may not have a choice in the matter. This is like fate, destiny, karma all rolled into one. It is one of the most powerful cards to get. This card is asking, what's meant to be? What is inevitable? What are you trying to control that you need to surrender to? Are you following your path, or are you stuck trying to force something that isn't meant to be? Because if you are, baby, the wheel is gonna spin you right off. This could be about timing, too. The wheel suggests that now is the time for something to happen. All of those thoughts and feelings and epiphanies we saw with the earlier cards. It is time for action, now or never. And it is really outside of their control. Okay, so how does this connect to everything else? Let's go back to that Two of Swords. Remember how they were stuck, unable to make a decision? Well, the Wheel of Fortune is basically saying, too bad, the decision is being made for you. All that internal wrestling they were doing. The universe is stepping in to resolve it, whether they're ready or not. This could manifest as a chance encounter, an unexpected opportunity, or a sudden change of circumstances that forces them to act. Fate has taken over, it is no longer in their hands. And what about that King of Wands energy, that passion and inspiration? The wheel is going to test that fire, baby. Is it a true flame or just a flash in the pan? Are they really ready to step into their power and pursue what they want, or will they crumble under the pressure? The wheel will test it. This is where they find out if they were serious. And that Knight of Wands impetuousness. The wheel is going to throw some obstacles in their path. It is not going to be smooth sailing. Are they going to be able to handle the ups and downs? Are they going to learn from their mistakes? Or are they going to crash and burn? But the thing is, even the bad times are part of the journey. They teach you lessons, they make you stronger, they prepare you for what's to come. It is all necessary. So even if things get tough, try to remember that it is all happening for a reason. And what about the Judgment card? That moment of reckoning and clarity? The wheel is going to put their newfound wisdom to the test. Are they really ready to step into their true potential? Are they really ready to let go of the past and embrace the future? The universe is going to give them a chance to prove it. It is going to see if they have truly learned anything. This Wheel of Fortune is bringing both good luck and challenges. It is a mixed bag, it is not all sunshine and rainbows, so they need to be ready for anything. This card is also about chance. They may win the lottery or they may lose their job. They may meet the love of their life or they may experience heartbreak. The point is, they cannot predict what is going to happen, so they just need to roll with the punches. This card is all about change. It is about embracing the unknown and trusting that everything is happening for the best. Even when things seem chaotic or confusing, there is always a larger plan at work. They may feel like they are on a roller coaster. Ups and downs, twists and turns, but they will eventually get to their destination. This card says to trust the process, even when it is scary. Lean into the change and see where it takes you. So, the real question is, are they going to embrace the change, or are they going to resist it? Are they going to try to control the uncontrollable, or are they going to surrender to the flow of life? If they resist, honey, things are going to get rough. The wheel is not going to let them stay stuck in their comfort zone. It is going to push them, it is going to challenge them, it is going to force them to grow. But if they embrace the change, if they trust the universe, if they follow their heart, then amazing things can happen. Doors will open, opportunities will arise, and they will find themselves on a path that they never even imagined. The wheel also asks us to look at our own attitudes toward luck and fortune. Do they believe they deserve good things? Do they feel entitled to success? Or do they have a negative mindset that attracts bad luck? This person has to realize that they are not a victim of fate. They have the power to create their own reality. They can choose to focus on the positive, to be grateful for what they have, and to attract more good things into their life. It's interesting because this card shows up in the context of their secret thoughts about you. So how is the Wheel of Fortune affecting their view of you? Well, first of all, it could mean that they see you as a catalyst for change in their life. They realize that meeting you was not just a coincidence, it was a turning point. You came into their life to shake things up, to challenge them, to inspire them to be a better person. Or they may see you as a symbol of good luck. They feel like you bring positivity, joy, and abundance into their life. They may even believe that you are their lucky charm. On the other hand, they could see you as a source of uncertainty or instability. They may be afraid of getting too close because they don't know what the future holds. They may worry that you will disrupt their life in some way or that the relationship will be too unpredictable. But even if they are scared, they are also intrigued. They know that you are someone special, someone who could potentially change their life for the better. This Wheel of Fortune energy also means that the ball is in your court, too. this isn't just about what they're thinking. Fate is intervening for you as well. The wheel is spinning for both of you, and it's going to bring changes and opportunities that you might not expect. So be open to the possibilities, be ready to take a leap of faith, and trust that the universe has a plan for you, too. You may need to decide if you're going to take a chance on this person, or if you're going to walk away. The wheel is asking you to trust your intuition, and to make a decision that is in alignment with your highest good. I'm so excited and nervous. This Wheel of Fortune could bring incredible good fortune or some serious challenges, but I cannot tell which one it is. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to pull the last card. Okay, so after all that, here comes the Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh, this is so interesting after that Wheel of Fortune. Like, after all that chaos, all that uncertainty, we have this beautiful symbol of new beginnings, of pure potential. The Ace of Cups is like the universe offering you a cup overflowing with love, with joy, with emotional fulfillment. It is the start of something new, something beautiful, something deeply, deeply fulfilling. This card is all about opening your heart, allowing yourself to feel, and embracing the possibility of love in all its forms. It is about tapping into your intuition and letting your emotions guide you. It is like a fresh start, emotionally. It is a chance to wipe the slate clean and begin again. So I want you to really think about that. Okay, so how does this relate to everything we've already seen? I mean, we started with that Two of Swords, that feeling of being stuck and indecisive. And then we had that King of Wands, that burst of passion and inspiration. And then that Knight of Wands, that impulsive, adventurous energy. And then Judgment, that moment of reckoning and clarity. And then, of course, the Wheel of Fortune, that crazy, chaotic energy of fate and destiny. So, where does the Ace of Cups fit into all of this? Well, remember how they were feeling so stuck with the Two of Swords? The Ace of Cups is like the key to unlocking their heart, to helping them finally make a decision. It is about realizing that love is the answer, that connection is the answer, that opening themselves up to vulnerability is the answer. This can mean so many things. All this could mean is they will finally allow themselves to fall for you. They may have been suppressing these feelings, but it's all coming to the surface now. And what about that King of Wands energy? That passion and inspiration. The Ace of Cups is like the fuel that keeps that fire burning. It is about finding a deeper, more meaningful connection, about turning that initial spark into a lasting flame. It's about going from just physical attraction to really seeing you for who you are and loving you for it. Or they may have lost this spark with the Wheel of Fortune. They may want to return back to the start, to rekindle that flame. Maybe they are thinking they are falling in love with you all over again. And then there's that Knight of Wands energy, that impulsiveness and excitement. The Ace of Cups is like a gentle reminder to slow down, to savor the moment, to appreciate the depth of the connection. It's about not just rushing into things, but about building a solid foundation of trust and understanding. It is about truly getting to know you on a deeper level. It is about building something real. And after that Judgment card, that moment of reckoning and clarity, the Ace of Cups is like a chance for redemption, a chance to forgive and be forgiven, a chance to start fresh with a clean slate. It is about learning from past mistakes and creating a healthier, more loving relationship in the future. It is all about new beginnings. And that Wheel of Fortune, oh my gosh. How does this Ace of Cups coexist with that crazy Wheel of Fortune energy? Is the Ace of Cups going to be swept away by the wheel? Or is it going to ground them, center them, and help them navigate the chaos? I think it's a little bit of both, actually. The Wheel of Fortune is all about fate, about destiny, about things being outside of your control. But the Ace of Cups is about free will, about making a conscious choice to open your heart, to embrace love, to create a meaningful connection. So, even though the wheel is spinning, even though things are changing, they still have the power to choose how they respond. They can choose to resist the change, to cling to the past, to close their heart off to love. Or they can choose to embrace the change, to trust the universe, to open their heart and allow love to flow in. It is all up to them. And here's where that amethyst butterfly energy comes in. The amethyst is all about protection and transformation, right? So, this Ace of Cups is like a protected new beginning. They are being guided and supported as they navigate these new emotions. They are not alone in this. The universe is conspiring to help them transform their feelings into something real and beautiful. And the butterfly is all about taking flight, about embracing change, about trusting your instincts. So this Ace of Cups is like their heart taking flight. They are finally ready to let go of their fears and doubts and to embrace the possibility of love and happiness. It is about breaking free from the cocoon and spreading their wings. I am so excited. So, what does this all mean? What are the different possibilities here? Well, on the one hand, it could mean that after all that chaos with the Wheel of Fortune, they're realizing that what they really want is a simple, pure, loving connection with you. They might be tired of all the drama, all the uncertainty, all the games. They might just want to settle down and build something real with someone they truly care about. This could be their true feeling coming out, or it could mean that the Wheel of Fortune is bringing them an unexpected opportunity for love. Maybe they meet someone new, someone who completely sweeps them off their feet, someone who opens their heart in a way they never thought possible. Maybe the wheel is bringing you two closer together, bringing you closer to each other. Or it could mean that they are realizing that they need to find love within themselves first before they can truly be open to a relationship with someone else. Maybe they need to heal old wounds, to forgive themselves, to learn to love themselves unconditionally. This could be more about self-love than about you. Or, and this is a little bit darker, it could mean that they're afraid of getting hurt again. Maybe they've been burned in the past and they're hesitant to open their heart to someone new. They might be thinking, what if I get rejected? What if they don't feel the same way? What if I'm not good enough? But even though they're scared, they're also drawn to you. They see something special in you, something that makes them want to take a risk. This could be holding them back. So ultimately, how does all of this impact their secret thoughts about you? Well, I think it means that, despite all the ups and downs, all the twists and turns, they are secretly hoping that you are the one. They are longing for a deep, meaningful connection with you, a connection that will bring them joy, fulfillment, and lasting happiness. They may be scared, they may be uncertain, but deep down, they believe that you could be the answer to their prayers. They could be thinking, wow, this person is amazing. They're kind, they're compassionate, they're funny, they're intelligent. I could really see myself falling in love with them. Or they might be thinking, I've never felt this way about anyone before. This is different. This is special. Or they might be thinking, I'm scared to death, but I can't deny my feelings for them. I have to take a chance. This is so exciting. It is saying that their thoughts about you are evolving into something much deeper, something much more profound. It is not just about attraction, it is about connection. It is not just about lust, it is about love. This Ace of Cups, coming after the Wheel of Fortune, is about finding hope amidst the chaos. It is about believing in the possibility of love, even when things seem uncertain. It is about trusting that the universe has a plan and that everything is happening for a reason. And now, after all that, we have one card left to pull. Oh my gosh, I am on the edge of my seat. This last card is going to tie everything together. It's going to reveal the final outcome. It's going to. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the universe has in store for you. Oh my gosh. Okay, so after all of that, after all that intensity, we have the Three of Cups. Oh, this is so interesting. This is like, okay, so after all of that potential for deep, intense, one-and-on connection that we saw with the Ace of Cups, now we have this card about friendship, about celebration, about community. This is like a total shift in energy, you know. So, like, what does this mean? What is this person thinking? Okay, so immediately, like, the first thing that comes to mind is that they see you as someone who is fun, someone who is sociable, someone who is, like, a good time to be around. You know, like, they enjoy your company, they enjoy hanging out with you, they enjoy laughing with you. You are a joy. They might be thinking, wow, this person is so easy to talk to, they're so easy to be around, I always have a great time when I'm with them. This is great, this is fabulous, but is it just that? This card could mean so many things. With that amethyst energy, they feel safe and protected by you in social situations. Maybe they are shy and you bring them out of their shell. You are a safe space for them to be themselves. Or maybe, like, they're thinking about introducing you to their friends or bringing you into their social circle. Like, they see you as someone who would fit in really well with their group, someone who would get along with everyone. They want to share you with their world, you know? They might be thinking, my friends would love them. They're so insert positive qualities here. We should all hang out sometime. But with that Wheel of Fortune energy, they also may be thinking, are they ready to meet my crazy friends? Is this too much too soon? It is that push and pull, that push and pull. But okay, but here's the thing, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky. This Three of Cups energy can also be a little bit superficial, you know? Like, it can be about having fun and partying and celebrating, but without really any deep connection. So it's possible that they see you as someone who is fun to hang out with, but not necessarily someone who they could have a serious relationship with. You know. They might be thinking, they're great for a night out, but I don't know if I could see myself with them long term. Oh no, I hope this isn't the case, especially after that Ace of Cups. Or, and this is another possibility, maybe they're already in a relationship, or maybe they're not looking for anything serious right now, and they see you as a friend, someone who they can have fun with without any pressure or expectations. You know, they might be thinking, they're awesome, but I'm just not in a place for a relationship right now. I just want to be friends. Oh, honey, I hope that isn't it. But hey, friendship is great too. With the amethyst butterfly, perhaps this is a protected friendship that can grow into something amazing. But here's another possibility. Maybe they are thinking about your other friends. Maybe they are realizing that you are the center of an amazing group of people. They may be a little bit jealous that you have such a strong support network, and they want to be a part of it. They want to be closer to your friends, to you, to that amazing energy you bring. They may want to be in your group. They might be thinking, wow, they have such great friends. I wish I had a group like that. Okay, but let's go back to that Ace of Cups for a second, because that card was so full of potential for deep, meaningful connection, right? So how does that fit in with this Three of Cups energy? Well, maybe they see you as someone who can bring people together, someone who can create a sense of community, someone who can foster friendships and connections. You know. They might be thinking, they're not just fun to be around, they're also really good at bringing people together. They have a gift for creating connections. You are like a social butterfly. Or maybe, and this is a really interesting possibility, maybe they see your relationship as something that needs to be celebrated, something that needs to be shared with others. Maybe they want to show you off to their friends and family to let everyone know how amazing you are. You know, they might be thinking, I'm so proud to be with them. I want everyone to know how lucky I am. Okay, and with that Judgment card, and all that talk about karma and destiny, maybe they see your connection as something that is meant to be shared with the world, something that can inspire others, something that can make a positive impact. You know, they might be thinking, our love is so special, it can inspire others to find love too. We should share our story with the world. This is beautiful, but again, with that Wheel of Fortune energy, this can be way too fast. So they may also be thinking, we should keep this private for now, while the Wheel of Fortune is still spinning. But here's a thought. Maybe they want to party with you. Just flat out, want to go out and celebrate the connection with you, no strings attached. After that intense Judgment and Wheel of Fortune, this Three of Cups energy is a welcome change. With the Amethyst, they want to feel safe while partying with you. Okay, so this Three of Cups is really making me think about the different kinds of love, you know? Like, there's romantic love, there's platonic love, there's familial love, there's self-love. And they're all so different, but they're all so important. So maybe they're trying to figure out what kind of love they feel for you, or what kind of role they want you to play in their life. You know, are you a friend? Are you a lover? Are you something in between? They may be confused and trying to figure out where you fit in their life. But what about the butterfly? This is all about transformation and taking flight, right? So how does this Three of Cups energy connect to that? Well, maybe they see your friendship as a catalyst for their own personal growth. Maybe they're realizing that being around you is helping them to become a better person, to step into their true potential, to spread their wings and fly. You know. They might be thinking, they inspire me to be more social, to be more outgoing, to be more confident. I'm so grateful to have them in my life. With the Amethyst, your transformation is protected by friendship. Or maybe they see your relationship as something that is constantly evolving, constantly changing, constantly taking on new forms. You know, maybe you start out as friends, then you become lovers, then you become something else entirely. The relationship takes flight in unexpected ways. You know, this Three of Cups energy combined with the butterfly is about embracing change, about trusting the journey, about knowing that even when things seem uncertain, everything is always working out for the best. But is that too optimistic? It is hard to tell. So, ultimately, what are they thinking? What are their secret thoughts about you? Well, I think it really depends on where they're at in their own life and what they're looking for in a relationship. If they're already in a relationship, or if they're not looking for anything serious, they might just see you as a friend, someone who is fun to be around. But if they're single and looking for love, or if they're open to the possibility of something more, they might see you as someone who could potentially be a long-term partner, someone who they could build a life with, someone who they could share their dreams with. And they may be terrified, especially with that Wheel of Fortune looming over everything. But here's the thing, and this is what I really want you to take away from this reading. Even if they're not sure what they want, even if they're confused, even if they're scared, they still enjoy being around you. They still value your friendship. They still think you're amazing. And that's something to celebrate, right? So embrace this Three of Cups energy. Enjoy the fun, enjoy the laughter, enjoy the connection. And trust that whatever is meant to be will be. And I know that is so vague, but that Wheel of Fortune just makes this so up in the air. Okay, oh my gosh, I am so curious to see what the final outcome is going to be. I have no idea where this is going. It could go in so many different directions. I am so excited. Let's pull the last card and find out what happens next. Oh my goodness, the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so after all of that, after all that excitement, all that potential, we get the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so this card is all about security, about stability, about holding on to what you have. It can be about being a little bit possessive, a little bit protective, a little bit afraid of losing control. So, what does this mean in the context of their secret thoughts about you? Well, immediately, what comes to mind is that they're feeling a little bit guarded. They might be feeling like they need to protect themselves, to hold on to their resources, to not get too carried away with all of this, especially after that Wheel of Fortune. They may be thinking, okay, things are moving really fast, I need to slow down, I need to make sure I'm not getting in over my head. They could be afraid of commitment. They might be thinking, I like this person, I enjoy spending time with them, but am I ready for something serious? Am I ready to give up my independence? Am I ready to share my life with someone? It's like they're standing at the edge of a cliff, you know? They can see the beautiful view, but they're also afraid of falling. Or maybe they're just generally a cautious person. They might be thinking, I don't want to get hurt, I don't want to make a mistake, I need to be careful. They are very, very cautious about getting hurt. They want to proceed with care, but also they want to get to know you. They could be worried about resources. They might be thinking, can I afford to date this person? Can I afford to invest my time and energy into this relationship? Which sounds so bad, I know, but that is their reality and their fear, especially if the Wheel of Fortune took away some of their security. Or maybe this Four of Pentacles energy is about their own self-worth. Maybe they don't think that they are worthy of you. Maybe they are thinking that they need to hold onto everything that they have because that is what makes them valuable. They don't think they have value outside of their possessions. But here's the thing, and this is where it gets really interesting. This Four of Pentacles energy can also be about feeling insecure. They might be feeling like they're not good enough, like they're not worthy of your love, like they're going to lose you if they don't hold on tight. You know, they might be thinking, they're so amazing, so beautiful, so successful. What if they realize they can do better than me? And they may be putting you on a pedestal, and that is never a good thing to do. It sets you both up for failure. They might be worried about losing control of the situation. They might be thinking, I want to be in charge, I want to make the decisions, I don't want to let them take over. It's like they're building a wall around their heart, you know? They're trying to protect themselves from getting hurt, but they're also shutting themselves off from love. Okay, so let's connect this back to the other cards, because that's where things get really interesting. Remember that Two of Swords? That feeling of being stuck and indecisive. Well, the Four of Pentacles is like the reason why they're stuck. They're afraid to make a decision because they're afraid of losing something. They are paralyzed by fear, and it is keeping them from their true happiness. They may feel the need to control the outcome, and that is keeping them stuck. And what about that King of Wands energy? That passion and inspiration. The Four of Pentacles is like a damper on that fire. They're afraid to let their passion run wild because they're afraid of losing control. It is like their fear is squashing their passion. They are afraid of taking that leap. And then there's that Knight of Wands energy, that impulsiveness and excitement. The Four of Pentacles is like a warning to slow down, to be careful, to not get too carried away. They may be feeling like they need to hold back so they don't scare you away. You have to take a moment and analyze if you are okay with that. And after that Judgment card, that moment of reckoning and clarity, the Four of Pentacles is like a test. Are they going to hold on to their old patterns of fear and control, or are they going to embrace the new possibilities that are opening up to them? It is a choice. They have to consciously choose to move forward. Are they going to stay stuck in their old ways, or are they going to embrace a new path? And that Wheel of Fortune, oh my gosh. How does this Four of Pentacles energy interact with that crazy Wheel of Fortune energy? Is the Four of Pentacles going to try to stop the wheel from spinning? Are they going to try to control the uncontrollable? Are they trying to stop fate? Or are they going to surrender to the flow of life, trusting that everything is happening for a reason? The wheel is not something to be controlled. This is a tough lesson for them. And that Ace of Cups, all of that potential and hope, the Four of Pentacles may be blocking that Ace of Cups. Are they going to open their heart to love, or are they going to keep it locked away? Are they going to allow themselves to be vulnerable, or are they going to stay protected behind their walls? They need to decide before it is too late. And even the Three of Cups, that energy of friendship, fun, and community. They may try to control who you are friends with and hold you back from social situations. Are they going to share their love and joy with others, or are they going to hoard it for themselves? They may want to keep you all to themselves, which is nice, but they need to let you have your own life. So, okay, with all of that being said, what are they really thinking? What are their secret thoughts about you? I think, ultimately, it comes down to fear. They're afraid of getting hurt, they're afraid of losing control, they're afraid of not being good enough. And that fear is causing them to hold back, to protect themselves, to build walls around their heart. They might be thinking, I really like this person, but I'm not sure I'm ready for this. I need to protect myself, I need to be careful, I don't want to get hurt. They could be thinking, what if I give them my heart and they break it? What if I'm not good enough for them? What if they leave me? It is very vulnerable. They are thinking, what if I can't provide for them? They may feel societal pressure to be the provider and are worried that they are not good enough. They need to learn that there is more to a relationship than providing. Love, friendship, and trust are more important. Okay, but let's bring this back to the Amethyst butterfly energy, because that's what this whole reading is about, right? Protection and transformation. So, how does the Four of Pentacles fit into that? Well, the Amethyst is all about protection, right? And in some ways, this Four of Pentacles energy is a form of protection. They're trying to protect themselves from getting hurt. But the thing is, true protection doesn't come from building walls around your heart. It comes from trusting yourself, from knowing that you're strong enough to handle whatever comes your way. The Amethyst is there to help them transform that fear into trust. And the butterfly is all about transformation, about taking flight. But you can't fly if you're weighed down by fear and insecurity. You have to let go of the things that are holding you back. You have to trust that you're capable of soaring. The butterfly is there to guide them on that journey, to help them break free from their cocoon and spread their wings. But they have to decide to make that first step. So, what's the guidance here? What can you do with all of this information? Well, first of all, I think it's important to be patient with them. They're clearly going through a lot, they're dealing with a lot of fear and insecurity. Don't push them, don't pressure them, just let them know that you're there for them, that you care about them, and that you're not going anywhere. Show them that you are trustworthy. Secondly, encourage them to open up, to be vulnerable, to share their feelings with you. Let them know that it's okay to be scared, It's okay to have doubts. It's okay to not have all the answers. Create a safe space for them to be themselves without judgment or criticism. Listen to them and show them empathy. Third, remind them of their worth. Tell them how amazing they are, how much you appreciate them, how much you value their friendship or their love. Help them see themselves the way you see them, as someone who is capable, lovable, and worthy of happiness. Build them up. Show them that they are valued. Fourth, encourage them to let go of control. Remind them that they can't control everything, that life is full of surprises, and that sometimes the best things happen when you least expect them. Help them trust the universe, to surrender to the flow of life, and to embrace the unknown. Fifth, and finally, encourage them to focus on the present moment. Instead of worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, encourage them to appreciate the here and now, to savor the simple joys of life, and to connect with you in a meaningful way. Encourage them to be present, and let them know it is okay to simply enjoy the moment. This Four of Pentacles is not the end of the story. It is a challenge, an opportunity for growth, a chance to transform fear into love. And with the amethyst butterfly by your side, you both have the power to create a beautiful, fulfilling, and lasting connection. Trust in yourself, trust in the universe, and trust in the power of love. Okay, so Aquamarine Tower, right? Awakening. That's a beautiful crystal. And the reading theme is emerging clarity. So basically, what truths are surfacing in their mind about your connection? Ooh, that's juicy. Let's dive right in. So the first card we have is the Four of Swords. What does this mean in the context of their secret thoughts about you? Well, the Four of Swords is often about rest, recuperation, taking a break. It can even represent a period of isolation or just needing to withdraw from the world for a bit, you know? Like mentally, emotionally, maybe even physically. So immediately, what comes to mind is that this person has probably been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of internal processing, maybe even needing a break from the relationship or the connection, or just life in general to really figure things out. It's like they've been in a cocoon, you know, just kind of hibernating mentally. It could be that they needed to step back from the day-to-day craziness to gain some perspective on what they truly want and what they feel about you. Think about it like this. Maybe they were feeling overwhelmed by work, family stuff, you name it, and they just needed to unplug. And during that unplugged time, they started to really reflect on your connection. Maybe they were asking themselves some tough questions like, is this what I really want? Or, am I truly happy? Or even just, where is this going? You know, the Four of Swords isn't necessarily negative. It's more about needing that time out, that pause. It suggests that they were, or maybe still are, in a space of quiet contemplation. Almost like they're recharging their batteries before making the next move. It's like they've pressed pause on everything, including you, just to get their bearings. And it ties into the emerging clarity theme, right? Because this period of rest and reflection is ultimately leading them to some kind of new understanding, some kind of awakening. They're not just chilling out for no reason, you know? There's a purpose to this solitude. They're trying to gain clarity. Now, let's move on to the next card, which is the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so after this period of rest, this period of quiet, bam, we get the Two of Pentacles, which is all about balance, juggling, and adaptability. So, what does this mean? It means that they're now coming out of that period of rest, and they're trying to figure out how to integrate you, or their feelings about you, back into their life. It's like they're juggling different priorities, right? Work, family, social life, and you. They're trying to figure out how it all fits together. They might be feeling a little overwhelmed, trying to manage everything. Maybe they're thinking, okay, I've had my break, now how do I make this work? This card often shows someone trying to balance two different aspects of their life, and those aspects can be anything. It could be balancing their emotions with their responsibilities. Maybe they're trying to balance their desire for freedom with their desire for commitment. Or maybe they're just literally trying to balance their checkbook and their social calendar, you know? The key thing here is that they're in motion. They're not resting anymore. They're actively trying to find a way to make things work. They're trying to find a rhythm. But it also suggests that they might be feeling a bit stressed or pulled in different directions. It's like they're saying, Okay, I'm back, but how do I do all of this? And remember, this is all happening in the context of their secret thoughts about you. So, they're not just juggling anything, they're juggling you or their feelings for you with everything else in their life. They're trying to figure out where you fit in the grand scheme of things. Are you a priority? Are you a hobby? Are you a passing fancy? They're trying to figure it out. Maybe they're thinking about how to balance their need for independence with their desire to be with you. Or maybe they're worried about how being with you might impact other areas of their life. It's like they're doing a mental cost-benefit analysis, but not in a cold or calculating way. More like, how do I make this work without sacrificing everything else that's important to me? The Two of Pentacles can also indicate that they're being flexible and adaptable, which is a good thing. It means they're willing to adjust their plans or their expectations to accommodate you. But it also means they might be a little bit all over the place, which can be confusing for you. Like one day they're super into you, and the next day they're distant. It's not necessarily because they don't care. It's just that they're trying to find their footing, trying to find that balance. They're literally juggling everything, and sometimes they drop the ball. And sometimes that ball is you. Okay, so we've got the Four of Swords, the rest, the reflection, and then the Two of Pentacles, the juggling, the balancing. Now, let's see what the Four of Cups brings to the table. This is interesting. The Four of Cups often represents apathy, boredom, or missed opportunities. It's like someone is being offered something, but they're too caught up in their own thoughts or feelings to notice it. They're kind of closed off, They're not really open to receiving anything new. So, how does this relate to their secret thoughts about you? Well, it suggests that they might be missing out on something important in the connection. Maybe you're offering them love, support, or a deeper connection, but they're not really seeing it. They're too focused on their own stuff to appreciate what's right in front of them. Think of it like this. You're holding out a cup of coffee, offering them a warm, comforting drink, but they're just staring at the ground, lost in their own thoughts. They're not even acknowledging that you're there, offering them something. This card can also indicate a sense of dissatisfaction. Like, they're not really happy with what they have, but they're also not willing to do anything to change it. They're stuck in a rut, and they're not even aware that there's a way out. Maybe they're so focused on the things that are wrong with the relationship or the things that are missing that they're not seeing all the good things that are already there. It's like they're saying, yeah, this is okay, but it could be better. But they're not willing to put in the effort to make it better. They're just passively waiting for something to change or for someone else to fix it. And this ties back to the Two of Pentacles, right? Because they're juggling all these different things, trying to find balance, but they're not really present in the moment. They're so focused on the logistics of making it work that they're not really connecting with you on an emotional level. They're missing the point. The Four of Cups can also suggest that they're being a bit stubborn or resistant to change. Maybe they have a certain idea of what the relationship should be like, and they're not willing to let go of that idea, even if it's not working. They're clinging to their expectations, and it's preventing them from seeing the potential for something new and better. Maybe they're thinking, I want this to be like this, and they're not open to the possibility that it could be something different, something even better. But they're too stuck in their ways to see it. So, putting it all together, we have someone who's been in a period of quiet reflection, the Four of Swords. They're now trying to juggle different priorities, including you, the Two of Pentacles. But they're also being a bit closed off and missing opportunities, the Four of Cups. It's like they've come out of their shell, but they're still not fully present. They're trying to balance everything, but they're not really engaging with you on a deeper level. They're missing the magic, They're so focused on the logistics that they're not seeing the beauty of the connection. And this is where the emerging clarity comes in, right? Because these cards are showing you what they're going through, what they're thinking and feeling. They're giving you a glimpse into their inner world. And hopefully, this clarity will help you understand their behavior and make better decisions about your own life. Maybe you need to be more patient with them while they figure things out. Or maybe you need to be more assertive and tell them what you need. Or maybe you need to walk away altogether. The cards aren't telling you what to do, but they're giving you the information you need to make an informed choice. It's like they're saying, here's what's going on in their head. Now, what are you going to do about it? And remember, The Aquamarine Tower is all about awakening. This is about seeing things clearly, understanding the truth, and moving forward with confidence. It's about waking up from the illusion and embracing reality. These cards, they're painting a picture of someone who's in transition, someone who's trying to figure things out, but who's also a bit stuck in their own head. They're not fully present, they're not fully engaged, and they're missing opportunities. But they're also trying in their own way to find balance and make things work. And that's the key, right? They're trying. Even if they're not doing it perfectly, even if they're making mistakes along the way, they're still trying. And that's worth something. It suggests that they do care, that they do want to make it work. But they just need a little help, a little guidance, a little awakening. Maybe you can be the one to help them wake up, or maybe they need to do it on their own. Either way, these cards are giving you a valuable insight into their secret thoughts and feelings, and that's powerful stuff. Okay, so let's see what the next card has to say. Okay, wow, okay, so next card is the Lovers. Oh my god, okay, this is huge. This could mean so many things. Seriously, this is like the card of big decisions, right? It's like a major crossroads. It's about partnerships, about choices, but also about, like, potential conflict and temptation. Like, seriously, wow. So let's dig in, right? Okay, so after the Four of Swords where they were like, taking a break, reflecting, and then the Two of Pentacles where they're juggling everything, trying to find balance. And then the Four of Cups where they're just like, not even seeing what's being offered to them, right? Like, totally missing the point, closed off. Now, bam, the Lovers. So this could mean that they're at a point where they have to make a conscious choice about the relationship. Like, do they fully commit? Do they stay in it? Do they walk away? It's like all that resting and juggling and apathy has led them to this moment of truth. This is, like, crunch time, Think about it, it's like they've been weighing the pros and cons, right? The Four of Swords was the thinking it over phase. The Two of Pentacles was the trying to make it work phase. And the Four of Cups was the meh, I don't know phase. And now, the Lovers is the okay, I gotta decide phase. It's like they've reached a fork in the road and they can't just keep going in circles anymore. They have to pick a path. Do they choose you? Do they choose the relationship? Or do they choose something else? It is so dramatic, I can't even write. And the Lovers isn't just about romantic love, It's about any kind of significant partnership. It could be about choosing to align with their higher self, like choosing to be authentic and true to themselves in the relationship. Or it could be about choosing to partner with you in a deeper, more meaningful way. Like, are they ready to really be a team? Are they ready to fully invest in the connection? Or are they still holding back, still playing it safe? It's like they're asking themselves, am I all in? Or am I just kind of sort of in? So wild. This card also represents values, right? Like, what's truly important to them? What do they prioritize in a relationship? Are they looking for something superficial, or are they looking for something real and lasting? And, like, what are their non-negotiables? What are they willing to compromise on, and what are they not willing to compromise on? The Lovers card forces you to confront your values and make sure that you're aligned with someone who shares those values. Or, at least, someone who respects them, So the big question here is, what choice are they facing? What decision do they need to make? It could be a choice about commitment, like, are they ready to take things to the next level? Are they ready to move in together? Are they ready to get married? Or it could be a choice about honesty, like, are they ready to be fully transparent with you? Are they ready to share their deepest fears and insecurities? Or it could be a choice about priorities, like, are they ready to put you first? Are they ready to make you a priority in their life? It's like they're saying, okay, I see the potential here, but am I willing to do what it takes to make it work? And you know what else this card could mean? It could mean they are torn between two different options. Oh my god, right? It's not just about choosing the relationship or not. It could be about choosing between you and someone else. Or between you and something else, like a career opportunity or a personal goal. This is where the temptation aspect comes in. Are they tempted by something else that's pulling them away from the relationship? Are they tempted to stray? Are they tempted to give up? It's like there's this little devil on their shoulder whispering, you could have so much more. Okay, but let's not jump to conclusions, right? The Lovers isn't always about infidelity or betrayal. It can also be about facing internal conflicts. Like, are they torn between their head and their heart? Are they torn between their desires and their responsibilities? Are they torn between their need for freedom and their need for connection? It's like there's a war raging inside of them, and they don't know which side to choose. And this ties back to the Two of Pentacles, right? Because they're trying to juggle all these different things, but they're not really clear on what their priorities are. They're trying to balance everything, but they don't know what truly matters to them. The Lover's card is forcing them to get clear on their values and make a conscious choice about what they want. It's like saying, okay, you can't keep juggling forever. You have to decide what's most important to you and focus on that. I am getting chills. The Lover's card also represents union, harmony, and alignment, you know. It's about finding someone who complements you, who supports you, and who helps you grow. It's about creating a relationship that's based on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. It's about finding your soulmate, your twin flame, your perfect match, right? Like someone who just gets you on a deep soul level. Someone who sees you for who you really are and loves you anyway. But is that what they see in you? Are they recognizing that potential for deep, soulful connection? Or are they just seeing someone who's convenient or someone who fits into their life? But you know what's really interesting? The Lover's card often depicts two figures standing beneath an angel, right? Or some kind of divine being. This symbolizes that the relationship is blessed by the universe, that it's guided by a higher power. But it also means that the relationship is being tested, that it's being challenged to grow and evolve. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you have this amazing potential for love and connection, but are you willing to put in the work to make it happen? And that's where the choice comes in again. Are they choosing to align with the divine? Are they choosing to follow their heart? Or are they choosing to listen to their ego, to their fears, to their doubts? It's like they're being asked to step into their power, to embrace their destiny, to create the love that they deserve. But it's not going to be easy. There will be challenges, there will be obstacles, there will be moments of doubt. But if they're willing to trust in the universe, to trust in themselves, and to trust in the connection, they can create something truly magical. But what if they choose the wrong path? What if they give in to temptation? What if they let their fears get the best of them? What if they sabotage the relationship? Well, that's where the conflict comes in. The Lover's card can also represent disharmony, misalignment, and broken promises. It can represent the pain of heartbreak, the sting of betrayal, and the disappointment of unmet expectations. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you had this amazing opportunity for love, but you blew it. You made the wrong choice, and now you have to face the consequences. But even if they make the wrong choice, it's not the end of the world, you know? The Lover's card is also about learning from your mistakes, about growing from your experiences, and about finding your way back to love. It's about recognizing that every choice has a consequence, but that every consequence is also an opportunity for growth. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you messed up, but you can still learn from this. You can still become a better person. You can still find love again. Right? You know? And ultimately, the Lover's card is about finding wholeness within yourself, you know. It's about integrating all the different aspects of your personality, about embracing your shadow side, and about loving yourself unconditionally. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of love, that you are capable of love, and that you deserve to be loved. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you don't need someone else to complete you. You are already whole and complete. But you can choose to share your life with someone who enhances your wholeness, someone who helps you shine even brighter. Okay, so, bringing it back to the emerging clarity theme and the Aquamarine Tower, this card is like a magnifying glass, right? It's bringing everything into sharp focus. It's forcing them to see the truth about the relationship, about themselves, and about what they truly want. It's like the Aquamarine is helping them cut through the illusion and see things as they really are. Are they brave enough to face the truth? That's what we're gonna find out. Oh, I'm so excited for the next card. Okay, so after all that drama with the Lover's card, the next card is the Ace of Wands. Woo, okay, well that's interesting, right? After all that heavy stuff, this feels like a breath of fresh air, a spark of inspiration. But what does it really mean in this context? Seriously? Okay, so the Ace of Wands in general is all about new beginnings, right? It's that initial burst of energy, that feeling of excitement when you start something new. It's like bam, an idea hits you and you're just totally fired up to pursue it, right? Like a surge of creativity, a passion project, a new adventure. It's like all of a sudden, they're feeling super inspired, super motivated, and ready to take action. Think about it like this. It's that moment when you're like, yes, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. It's pure potential, raw energy, just waiting to be unleashed. It's the seed of something amazing, just planted and ready to grow. But the thing about aces is that they're just the beginning, right? It's potential, not a guarantee. It's like you've got the spark, but you still need to fan the flames, you know? You gotta nurture that little seed and help it grow into something real. And that takes effort, that takes commitment, and that takes... Well, we'll see what the next card says, right? So, how does this fit into what we already know? Because we know they've been in their head, resting with the Four of Swords, then juggling with the Two of Pentacles, and then just like totally missing the point with the Four of Cups. And now, suddenly, a burst of energy. It's like they've been dormant and now something's woken them up. Something's ignited a fire within them. But what is it? What's causing this sudden surge of passion? Okay, so maybe, just maybe, this Ace of Wands is about you, right? Maybe this is a new surge of passion for you, or for the relationship, or for the potential of the relationship. After all that introspection and balancing and apathy, maybe they've finally realized what they want, and they're ready to go for it. Like they've been sitting on the sidelines for too long, and now they're ready to jump into the game. They are like, okay, I'm done thinking, I'm done juggling, I'm done being bored. I want this. I want her. I want this connection. You know, maybe they've finally seen your worth, you know. All that stuff you've been offering, all that love and support, maybe it's finally sunk in, and they're like, wow, she's amazing. I need to step up my game. Or maybe it's not even about you changing or doing anything differently. Maybe it's just about them finally being ready to receive what you've been offering all along. They've cleared their head, balanced their priorities, and opened their eyes, and now they see you in a whole new light. And they are liking what they see, right? They're really liking what they see. But like, remember the Four of Cups, right? That card of missed opportunities. Maybe this Ace of Wands is about them realizing what they almost lost, right? Like they were so close to letting you slip away, and now they're freaking out and they're like, oh my God, I almost blew it. I almost missed out on something amazing. And that fear of loss is fueling this new surge of passion. It's like they're suddenly aware of how much you mean to them, and they don't want to take you for granted anymore. They're feeling like, I gotta act fast. You know, before it's too late. And how does all this connect with the Lover's card? Because that's the big question, right? They're at a crossroads, they have a big decision to make, and now this Ace of Wands shows up. So maybe this ace is the reason they're at that crossroads. Maybe this new surge of passion is what's forcing them to make a choice. They can't ignore it anymore, you know. It's too powerful, it's too intense, it's too undeniable. They can't just keep juggling and being apathetic anymore. They have to decide whether they're going to embrace this new beginning or walk away from it. It's like this Ace of Wands is shining a spotlight on the potential of the relationship, and they can't help but see it. But like, the Lover's card is still there, looming, right? Reminding us that there's a choice to be made. So, is this Ace of Wands going to lead them towards a deeper commitment, a stronger partnership? Or is it going to lead them down a different path altogether? Is this the thing that helps them finally choose you, or is it a distraction from what they really need to do? Maybe they're feeling this intense attraction, this burning desire, but they're also scared, right? Scared of commitment, scared of vulnerability, scared of getting hurt. And that fear is what's creating the conflict, what's making them hesitate. They're like, okay, this feels amazing, but can I really do this? Am I really ready for this? Think of it like this. The Lover's card is the big picture, the overall theme of the situation. It's the choice itself. And the Ace of Wands is the specific energy that's influencing that choice. It's the fuel that's driving them forward, but it's also the thing that's making them question everything. It's like they have to ask themselves, is this passion real? Is it sustainable? Or is it just a fleeting infatuation? Okay, but now let's consider the shadow side of the Ace of Wands, right? because every card has one, and it's important to look at all the possibilities. What if this Ace of Wands isn't about you at all? What if it's about something else entirely? Dun dun dun. What if it's a new opportunity that's pulling them away from the relationship? A new job, a new hobby, a new person? Oh my God, right? Maybe this Ace of Wands represents a temptation, a distraction, something that's exciting and alluring but ultimately not good for them or for the relationship. Like maybe they're suddenly obsessed with a new project at work and they're neglecting you and your needs. Or maybe they've met someone new who's sparking their interest and they're starting to question their feelings for you. It's like that little devil on their shoulder from the Lover's card is whispering, "Go for it. You deserve to be happy. Don't let yourself be tied down." Or maybe it's not even about another person, right? Maybe it's about a personal goal that suddenly becomes super important to them. Like, maybe they've always wanted to travel the world, and now they're finally ready to book that ticket and leave everything behind. Or maybe they've decided to pursue their dream of becoming a rock star, and they're willing to sacrifice everything to make it happen. And this is where the selfishness can come in, right? The Ace of Wands can be a very self-centered card. It's all about that initial burst of energy, that personal inspiration. So, maybe they're so caught up in their own excitement that they're not even thinking about how their actions might affect you. They're just following their own desires without considering the consequences. They're like, "I want this, and I'm going to get it no matter what." So selfish, right? Or maybe, and this is a big maybe, this Ace of Wands represents a new beginning within themselves, right? Like, it's not about a new relationship, it's not about a new opportunity, it's about them finally waking up and realizing what they need to do to be happy. And maybe that involves leaving the relationship. Maybe that involves breaking your heart. Maybe they've realized that they need to be alone for a while, to figure things out, to discover who they really are. And this Ace of Wands is the spark that's igniting that journey of self-discovery. Like maybe they're not ready for a serious relationship, maybe they need to focus on themselves for a while. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? But it could be painful for you. Okay, so, like, where does that leave us? Seriously, this is so complicated, right? We've got this new surge of energy, this potential for something amazing, but we also have this looming decision, this possibility of selfishness, this potential for heartbreak. Okay, I will say this, I am seriously excited to see what the next card brings. Because this is such a pivotal moment, right? This Ace of Wands could go either way. It could be the start of something amazing, or it could be the beginning of the end. And I am just dying to know which way it's going to go. It is so juicy right now. Okay, get ready. Okay, Justice. All right, so after all that, right? The Ace of Wands and that like, oh my God, what do I do energy, we get justice. So like, what does that even mean, right? Okay, so like, first things first, justice is like all about fairness, right? It's about balance, it's about cause and effect, karma, all that good stuff. So like, immediately, what I'm thinking is, this person is like, realizing that their actions have consequences, right? Like, they can't just go around doing whatever they want without like, thinking about how it's going to affect other people. And specifically, you, right? So with that Ace of Wands energy, that like, oh my God, I'm so excited about this new thing. Whatever that new thing is, whether it's you or someone else or a new job, like they're having to like pump the brakes for a second and be like, okay, but like, what are the implications of this? You know, what's the responsible thing to do here? It's like they can't just blindly follow their passion, right? They actually have to like think about the bigger picture, you know? Think about what's right, what's wrong, what's fair. And like with the Lover's card, right? That card of choices, it's like justice is saying, okay, you have a choice to make, but you need to make it based on like principles, based on truth, based on what's actually right, not just on what feels good in the moment. You know, like, are they being honest with you? Are they being honest with themselves? Are they being fair? Like, are they considering your feelings? And like, it's not just about like being nice, right? Like, justice isn't about being like, oh, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. It's about like, actually doing what's right, even if it's hard, you know? Even if it means hurting someone's feelings. Like sometimes the most loving thing you can do is to be honest, even if it's painful, you know? So, maybe this person is realizing that they haven't been totally honest with you or with themselves about their feelings. Maybe they've been pretending to be more invested in the relationship than they actually are, or maybe they've been downplaying their feelings for someone else or something else, right? Whatever that Ace of Wands represents. And Justice is saying, okay, it's time to come clean. It's time to be real. It's time to face the music. And this could be a really difficult process for them, right? Because nobody wants to admit that they've been wrong or that they've been dishonest. But it's necessary for them to grow, It's necessary for them to move forward in a healthy way. And it's not just about them, right? It's also about you. You deserve to know the truth, right? You deserve to be treated with respect. You deserve to be with someone who's honest and fair. And Justice is saying, okay, you need to stand up for yourself. You need to demand that you're treated with respect. You need to make sure that you're getting what you deserve. Are you settling for less than you deserve in this relationship? Are you allowing this person to take you for granted? Are you putting their needs before your own? Justice is okay, it's time to reevaluate. It's time to set some boundaries. It's time to make sure that you're being treated fairly. And it's not about being aggressive or demanding, right? It's about being assertive. It's about knowing your worth. It's about saying, okay, this is what I need, and if you can't give it to me, then I need to move on. It's about having the courage to walk away from something that's not serving you. And justice can also be about legal matters, right? So if you're in a situation where there are legal issues involved, a divorce or a custody battle or something like that, this card could be saying that things are going to be resolved fairly, that the truth is going to come out and that justice is going to be served. But even if there aren't any legal issues involved, justice can still be about contracts and agreements and commitments, right? Are they living up to their promises? Are they honoring their commitments? Are they being true to their word? And if they're not, justice is saying, okay, you need to hold them accountable. You need to make sure that they're doing what they said they were going to do. It's about keeping your word and about expecting other people to keep theirs. And justice is also about balance, right? So maybe this person is realizing that the relationship has been out of balance, right? Maybe one person has been giving more than the other. Or maybe one person has been taking more than the other. And justice is saying, okay, it's time to restore the balance. It's time to even things out. It's time to make sure that both people are getting what they need. And this could involve having a difficult conversation, right? Talking about what's working and what's not working in the relationship. And being willing to compromise and to negotiate and to find solutions that work for both people. And it's not about winning or losing, right? It's about finding a way to create a relationship that's fair and equitable for both people. And justice is also about karma, right? So if this person has been doing things that are not in alignment with their values or with the universe, justice is saying, okay, they're going to have to pay the price for that. The universe is going to send them some challenges or some obstacles or some consequences that are designed to help them learn and grow. And this could be a painful process for them, right? But it's necessary for them to evolve. It's necessary for them to become a better person. And it's not about punishing them, right? It's about helping them learn. It's about helping them understand the consequences of their actions. And it's also about rewarding them for doing good things, right? If they've been acting with integrity and with compassion and with love, justice is saying, okay, they're going to be rewarded for that. The universe is going to send them some blessings or some opportunities or some good fortune that are designed to help them thrive. And it's not about being greedy or selfish, right? It's about recognizing that you deserve to be rewarded for your good deeds. It's about attracting positive energy into your life. And ultimately, justice is about truth, right? It's about seeing things clearly and objectively and without bias. It's about understanding the truth about yourself and about the situation and about the other person. And this can be a really challenging process, right? Because, like, sometimes the truth is hard to see and sometimes we don't want to see it. But, like, justice is saying, okay, you need to be willing to look at the truth even if it's painful. You need to be willing to confront your own biases and your own prejudices and your own illusions. And, like, it's not about being judgmental, right? It's about being discerning. It's about being able to see things as they really are, not as you want them to be. And, like, it's also about being compassionate, right? Like, understanding that everyone is doing the best they can and that everyone makes mistakes. And, like, being willing to forgive yourself and to forgive others. So, like, bringing it back to the emerging clarity theme, right? Like, justice is helping this person see things more clearly and more objectively. It's helping them understand the truth about the situation and about their own feelings. And like with the Aquamarine Tower, it's like they're finally waking up, right? They're finally seeing things as they really are. They're finally ready to take responsibility for their actions and to make choices that are in alignment with their values. Oh wow, okay. And it all circles back to the Four of Swords. They needed that rest in order to finally have the energy to face these hard truths and to actually do something with them, right? Otherwise, this card would just be another card in a pile of ignored feelings. MMM. Okay, I am so ready for this last card. This is going to be so good, I can feel it. Okay, so here we go. Seven of Swords. Oh honey, this is getting interesting, right? I mean, after all that justice energy, like trying to be fair and honest, bam. Seven of Swords. So, like, what's going on here, right? So, first of all, the Seven of Swords, like, in general, it's not a great card, right? It's usually about some kind of deception, some kind of trickery, some kind of sneaky behavior, you know? It's like someone is trying to get away with something, or someone is being dishonest, or someone is just, like, not playing fair. You know what I mean? Think about it like this. It's like someone is sneaking out of a party with a bunch of silverware, right? They're trying to grab what they can and get out before anyone notices. You know, it's not necessarily malicious, but it's definitely not honest, you know? It's like they're not confronting the situation head-on, they're trying to, like, slip away unnoticed. And, like, what are they sneaking away from? What truths are they running from? This could get intense. But, like, the thing about the Seven of Swords is that it's not always about someone else deceiving you, right? Sometimes it's about you deceiving yourself. Like, maybe you're trying to convince yourself that something is true when it's really not, or maybe you're avoiding a difficult truth, or maybe you're just not being honest with yourself about your own feelings. You know. It's like you're trying to tell yourself that you're happy in this relationship when you're really not, or you're trying to convince yourself that you don't care about this person when you really do, or you're just, like, pretending that everything is fine when it's really not. And, like, that can be a really dangerous thing to do, right? Because, like, if you're not being honest with yourself, you're never going to be able to actually deal with the problem, you know? You're just going to keep running away from it, and it's just going to keep getting worse. But are they being honest with themselves and running from a prior, and perhaps even longer-running, deception? This card can take so many forms. So, like, how does this fit into the story that we've been building, right? With the Four of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the Lovers, the Ace of Wands, and Justice. I mean, it's kind of crazy, right? Because, like, we've seen this person go through so many different emotions, so many different experiences, and now we're at this point where, like, there's potential deception involved. So, like, maybe this Seven of Swords is about them being deceptive with you, right? Like, maybe they're not being honest about their feelings for you, or about their intentions with you, or about their relationship with someone else. You know, it's like maybe they're telling you that they want to be with you, but they're secretly seeing someone else on the side, or maybe they're telling you that they're committed to the relationship, but they're secretly planning their escape. You know, and, like, that would be really heartbreaking, right? Especially after everything that we've seen them go through with the Lovers and the Ace of Wands. Like, it would be so disappointing if they were just being dishonest the whole time. But, like, it's a possibility, right? And we have to consider it. Like, seriously, I hope not. But, like, maybe it's not that simple, right? Maybe it's not just about them being intentionally deceptive. Maybe it's more complicated than that. Like, maybe they're just confused, right? Maybe they don't really know what they want, and they're trying to figure it out, but they're not being totally honest with you about that process. You know. It's like they're telling you that they're committed to the relationship, but they're also, like, keeping their options open, just in case. And, like, that's not necessarily malicious, but it's still not fair to you, right? Because you deserve to be with someone who's all in, not someone who's just, like, hedging their bets, you know. Or, like, maybe they're being deceptive with themselves, right? Like, maybe they're trying to convince themselves that they're happy in the relationship when they're really not. Or maybe they're trying to ignore their feelings for someone else. Or maybe they're just not being honest with themselves about what they really want out of life. And, like, that can be a really tough situation, right? Because, like, if they're not being honest with themselves, they're never going to be able to be honest with you. And, like, that's going to create all sorts of problems in the relationship. Because, like, you can't build a healthy relationship on a foundation of lies, right? It's just not possible. Like, thinking back to the lovers, like, that card is all about choices, right? And about being true to yourself and to your values. And, like, if they're not being honest with themselves, they're not going to be able to make a good choice. They're going to be making a choice based on lies, and that's never going to end well. And, like, what about that Ace of Wands energy, right? That new surge of passion. Like, is that passion real? Is it genuine? Or is it just a distraction from something else? Like, maybe they're using that new passion to avoid dealing with the real problems in the relationship, or maybe they're using it to justify their dishonest behavior. You know, it's like, oh, I'm so passionate about this new thing, so it's okay if I neglect my relationship. And, like, that's not fair, right? Because you deserve to be with someone who's passionate about you, not just about their own interests. And, like, what about justice? Right. That card is all about fairness and honesty and accountability. And, like, if they're being deceptive, they're not being fair to you or to themselves or to the universe. And, like, that's going to have consequences, right? Like, karma is going to come back and bite them in the butt. And, like, that's not something that you want to be around for, right? Like, you don't want to be caught in the crossfire of their karmic payback. But, like, let's think about this another way, right? Because, like, the Seven of Swords isn't always negative. Sometimes it can be about being clever or resourceful or thinking outside the box. Like, maybe they're not being deceptive in a malicious way, but they're just trying to find a way to get what they want without hurting anyone. You know. It's like, maybe they're trying to find a way to balance their needs with your needs, or maybe they're trying to find a way to pursue their passions without neglecting the relationship. And, like, that can be a good thing, right? As long as they're being honest and transparent about it. Like, as long as they're not trying to sneak around behind your back. Or, like, maybe they're using their cleverness to get out of a difficult situation, right? Like, maybe they're trapped in a toxic relationship, or maybe they're being manipulated by someone else, and they're using their wit to escape. And, like, that would be a good thing, right? Like, you want them to be able to protect themselves. But, like, even if they're being clever, it's still important for them to be honest, right? Like, they can't just use their wit to manipulate you or to avoid taking responsibility for their actions. They still need to be accountable for what they do. And, like, what if this Seven of Swords is about secrets that are coming to light, right? Like, maybe they're not the one who's being deceptive, but they're discovering a secret that someone else has been keeping from them. And, like, that could be a really difficult situation, right? Because, like, it could shake their trust in that person, and it could make them question everything they thought they knew. But, like, it could also be a good thing, right? Because, like, sometimes secrets need to come to light in order for healing to happen. Like, maybe there's something that's been hidden for a long time, and it's finally time for it to be revealed. And, like, that could be painful at first, but it could ultimately lead to a deeper understanding and a stronger connection. So, like, where does this leave us? I mean, it's all so complicated, right? We've got deception, trickery, secrets, cleverness, resourcefulness. It's like anything is possible at this point. But the real question is, what are they actually going to do with all of this? Are they going to use their cleverness for good or for evil? Are they going to be honest or deceptive? Are they going to face the truth or run away from it, you know? And how will you respond to their actions? Ooh, that's what I want to know. And, like, how does all of this relate back to the Aquamarine Tower and the emerging clarity theme? I mean, it's like the Aquamarine is supposed to be helping them see things clearly, but the Seven of Swords is all about obscuring things, right? It's like there's a conflict between the desire for clarity and the temptation to deceive. So, like, are they going to choose clarity, or are they going to choose deception? Are they going to embrace the truth, or are they going to run away from it? It's all so intense. This is what I'm thinking. Maybe, just maybe, the Seven of Swords is the catalyst for real change, the thing that finally forces them to confront their demons and make a choice. And like, whatever choice they make, it's going to have huge consequences, right? It's going to determine the fate of the relationship, and it's going to determine their own personal growth. Ooh, okay, you know what? I am dying to see what the next card is. Seriously, this is so juicy. I feel like we're on the verge of a major breakthrough or a major disaster, and I can't wait to find out which one it is. So exciting. Okay, so the Fool, right? After all that drama, all that confusion, all that potential deception, we get the Fool. Like, what does it all mean? Well, you know, the Fool is all about new beginnings, right? It's about stepping into the unknown, taking a leap of faith, trusting the universe, even when you have no idea where you're going. It's like throwing caution to the wind and just going for it. Think of it like this, right? It's like standing at the edge of a cliff, and you know you're supposed to jump, but you can't see what's on the other side. You just have to trust that there's something good waiting for you and that you're going to be okay. It's scary, right? But it's also exhilarating. And like, that's the Fool energy in a nutshell. So, how does this connect to everything else we've seen in this reading? Because, like, it's been a wild ride, right? We've had the Four of Swords with the rest and reflection, the Two of Pentacles with all the juggling, the Four of Cups with the missed opportunities, the Lovers with the big choices, the Ace of Wands with the new passion, Justice with the fairness and honesty, and then, of course, the Seven of Swords with all the deception and trickery. Like, seriously, what a roller coaster. So, like the Fool in this context, it's like a clean slate, right? It's like wiping the slate clean and starting over. It's like saying, okay, all that stuff happened, but it doesn't have to define me. I can choose to move forward in a new direction. I can choose to create a new reality for myself. You know. It's like letting go of the past and embracing the future, whatever that may be. But like, the Fool isn't just about starting over, right? It's also about embracing the unknown. It's about being open to new experiences and new possibilities and new ways of thinking. It's about not being afraid to step outside of your comfort zone and to try things that you've never tried before. It's about being willing to take risks and to make mistakes and to learn from those mistakes. It's like saying, okay, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm willing to find out. I'm willing to explore. I'm willing to see where this journey takes me. And like, that's a really powerful thing to do, right? Because like, when you're open to the unknown, you're open to all sorts of amazing possibilities that you never even imagined. But like, it's also important to be grounded, right? Like, the Fool can sometimes be a little bit naive. Like, they can be so focused on the future that they forget to pay attention to the present. They can be so eager to embrace new experiences that they don't think about the consequences of their actions. So, it's important to balance that Fool energy with a little bit of caution and a little bit of common sense. It's like saying, okay, I'm going to take this leap of faith, but I'm also going to pack a parachute, just in case. You know. So, like, how does the Fool relate to the Seven of Swords, right? Because that's the card that's been causing all the drama. Well, like, maybe the Fool is about choosing to be honest, right? Like, after all that deception and trickery, maybe it's time to come clean. Maybe it's time to face the truth, even if it's painful. Maybe it's time to say, okay, I've been running away from this for too long. It's time to stop hiding, and it's time to be real. And like, that can be a really scary thing to do, right? Because, like, when you're honest, you're vulnerable. You're opening yourself up to the possibility of getting hurt. But like, it's also the only way to build a genuine connection with someone. It's the only way to create a relationship that's based on trust and respect. Or like, maybe the Fool is about forgiving yourself, right? Like, maybe you've made some mistakes in the past and you're still holding onto guilt and shame. And like, the Fool is saying, okay, you messed up. But that doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means you're human. It's time to let go of the past and to forgive yourself and to move on. And like, what about the Lover's card, right? That card of big choices. Well, maybe the Fool is about making a choice that's aligned with your heart, right? Like, maybe you've been trying to make a decision based on logic and reason, but it's just not working. And the Fool is saying, okay, it's time to listen to your intuition. It's time to follow your heart, even if it doesn't make sense to anyone else. And that can be a really scary thing to do, right? Because your heart can lead you in unexpected directions. But it's also the only way to find true happiness and fulfillment. Okay, but here's another possibility, right? Maybe the Fool isn't about them at all. Maybe it's about you. Maybe you are the one who needs to take a leap of faith. Maybe you are the one who needs to embrace the unknown. Maybe you are the one who needs to let go of the past and create a new future for yourself. Because, let's be honest, right? You've been through a lot in this relationship. You've seen this person go through a lot of different emotions and experiences. And, it's been exhausting, right? It's been draining. And maybe it's time for you to focus on yourself for a change. Maybe it's time for you to say, okay, I've given this relationship everything I've got. And it's time for me to move on. It's time for me to create a life that's truly fulfilling for me, with or without them. And that can be a really scary thing to do, right? Because it means letting go of someone you care about. It means stepping into the unknown. It means facing the possibility of being alone. But it's also the only way to find true happiness and fulfillment. It's the only way to create a life that's truly your own. And you deserve that, right? You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be with someone who loves you and appreciates you for who you are. You deserve to create a life that's truly fulfilling. So, what does this all mean for you? Well, I can't tell you what to do, right? I can't tell you whether to stay in this relationship or to leave. I can't tell you whether to trust this person or to walk away. But I can tell you this, you are strong, you are capable, and you are worthy of love and happiness. You have the power to create your own destiny. You have the power to choose your own path. And whatever choice you make, I know you're going to be okay. And remember that Aquamarine tower, right? That crystal of awakening? Well, this is it, right? This is the moment of clarity. This is the moment when you finally see things as they really are. This is the moment when you finally understand what you need to do. This is the moment when you finally step into your power and create the life that you deserve. So, trust yourself, right? Trust your intuition, trust the universe, and know that everything is going to be okay. You got this. And hey, even if you stumble along the way, even if you make a few mistakes, that's okay too. Because the Fool isn't afraid to make mistakes. The Fool knows that mistakes are just opportunities to learn and grow. So embrace the journey, right? Embrace the unknown. And have fun along the way. Because, life is too short to be serious all the time. It's time to let go of your fears and to embrace your dreams and to create a life that's truly amazing. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay, so you picked the Smoky Quartz point. Which, hello, that's all about transformation, like shedding old skin and stepping into your power. And with the theme being buried desires, what subconscious feelings are they working through about you? Ooh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be really good. So the first card we have is the Chariot, okay. The Chariot is all about, forward motion, right? It's about willpower, it's about control, and it's about, achieving victory. So right off the bat, this person, they're feeling this intense drive, okay? This need to, conquer something. Now, what is that something? That's what we need to figure out, right? Is it conquering their own fears? Is it conquering, a challenge in their life? Or, dun dun dun, is it conquering you? Are they trying to, win you over? Are they trying to, prove something to you? Or even to themselves about you? Because the Chariot isn't just about, moving forward blindly. It's about having, a very clear intention, a very clear goal, and, directing all of your energy towards that. So, what's their intention here? What's their goal? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And see, with the Smoky Quartz, it's all about releasing negativity and embracing transformation. So maybe, just maybe, they're trying to transform a negative perception they have of you, or even a negative perception they have of themselves in relation to you. Maybe they feel like they're not good enough, or they mess things up, or they don't deserve you. And now they're on this mission to, like, prove themselves wrong. It could even be something from the past, you know. Like maybe there was a situation where they felt powerless or out of control, and now the chariot is about them, like, reclaiming their power. Maybe they feel like they didn't fight hard enough for you before, or maybe they regret letting you go. And now they're like, no, I'm gonna take control of this situation. I'm gonna win them back. You know, it's very, like, determined energy. But here's the thing about the chariot, right? It can also be a little bit reckless. Like, it's so focused on the goal that it can sometimes, like, ignore the potential consequences. So, this person might be so caught up in their desire to, like, achieve something with you that they're not really thinking about, like, the bigger picture. Or maybe they're not considering your feelings in all of this. Like, are they just assuming that you want the same thing that they want? Are they, like, steamrolling ahead without checking in with you? That's definitely a possibility, you know? Because the chariot can be very, like, I'm gonna get what I want, no matter what. And that can be a little bit scary, right? Especially if you're not on the same page. But on the flip side, it could also mean that they're, like, finally taking action, you know? Like, maybe they've been stuck in this, like, holding pattern for so long, and now they're finally ready to, like, put themselves out there. Maybe they're finally ready to, like, make a move. And that can be really exciting, right? Especially if you've been waiting for them to do something, anything, for a while now. So, with the Smoky Quartz, it's like they're releasing all that fear and doubt that was holding them back before. They're like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm done with being scared. I'm done with being passive. I'm gonna go for what I want. And what they want, or at least what they think they want, might just be you. But then we have the Hermit, okay? And the Hermit is, like, the complete opposite of the chariot. The Hermit is all about introspection, about solitude, about, like, going within and, like, finding your own truth. So, like, what's going on here? Are they, like, hot and cold? Are they, like, pushing and pulling? Are they, like, one minute they're all about, like, conquering the world, and the next minute they're, like, hiding in a cave? Well, maybe, right? But maybe it's not that simple. Maybe the Hermit is about them, like, taking a step back from all that chariot energy and, like, actually thinking about what they really want. Like, the chariot is the action, but the Hermit is the reflection. Does that make sense? It's like they're saying, okay, I have this goal, I have this desire, but is it really what's best for me? Is it really what's best for her, him, them? Is it really worth it? And that's a really important question to ask, right? Because sometimes we get so caught up in our goals that we forget to, like, check in with ourselves. We forget to, like, ask ourselves if we're even on the right path. And the Hermit is all about, like, shining that light inward and, like, getting really honest with yourself. So maybe they're questioning their motives, right? Maybe they're wondering if their desire for you is coming from a place of, like, ego or insecurity, or if it's coming from a place of genuine love and connection. Maybe they're afraid of getting hurt, or maybe they're afraid of hurting you. And so they're taking this time to, like, really figure things out before they, like, make a move. It could also mean that they're, like, realizing that they need to work on themselves before they can be in a healthy relationship with you. Like maybe they have some baggage that they need to deal with, or maybe they have some issues that they need to resolve. And they know that they can't bring that stuff into a relationship with you. So they're taking this time to, like, heal and grow and become a better person. And that's actually a really good thing, right? Because nobody wants to be with someone who's, like, a hot mess. So if they're taking the time to, like, work on themselves, that actually shows that they care about you, right? It shows that they respect you enough to not bring their drama into your life. But it can also be frustrating, right? Because you're like, okay, so you're, like, going into your cave now. You're, like, disappearing on me. What am I supposed to do? And that's a valid feeling, right? It's okay to feel frustrated when someone you care about is, like, pulling away. But try to remember that the Hermit isn't about, like, rejecting you. It's about, like, connecting with themselves. And sometimes we need that time alone to, like, recharge and reflect and, like, figure things out. So try to give them the space that they need and trust that they'll come back when they're ready. And with the Smoky Quartz, it's like they're using that alone time to really dig deep and release all those old patterns and beliefs that are holding them back. They're, like, confronting their shadows and, like, embracing their true selves. And that's a really powerful thing. Okay, but then we have judgment, right? And judgment is all about, like, awakening, about rebirth, about, like, making a decision and, like, rising up to a new level of consciousness. So, like, this is the culmination of the Chariot and the Hermit, right? This is where they, like, take all that action and all that reflection and, like, they make a choice. So what choice are they making? Are they choosing to, like, pursue you with all that Chariot energy? Or are they choosing to, like, stay in their cave and, like, continue to work on themselves? Or is it something else entirely? Well, judgment isn't just about making a decision, right? It's about being called to something higher. It's about, like, recognizing your purpose and, like, stepping into your destiny. So maybe they're realizing that you're a part of their destiny. Maybe they're realizing that you're meant to be together. Like, maybe all that Chariot energy was about them, like, fighting for you because they knew, deep down, that you were the one. And maybe all that Hermit energy was about them, like, preparing themselves to be the best partner they could be for you. And now judgment is about them, like, finally accepting that, like, this is it. This is what they're meant to do. It could also mean that they're, like, forgiving themselves for past mistakes, right? Maybe they messed things up with you before, and they've been carrying that guilt and shame around for a long time. But now judgment is about them, like, letting go of all that and, like, starting fresh. They're realizing that everyone makes mistakes and that it's okay to not be perfect. And they're ready to, like, move forward with a clean slate. And that's a really powerful thing, right? Because forgiveness is so important for healing and for moving on. And if they can forgive themselves, then they can also forgive you, right? And you can both start fresh and build a new, stronger relationship. But here's the thing about judgment, right? It can also be a little bit scary, because it means letting go of the old and embracing the new. And that can be really uncomfortable, right? Especially if you're used to doing things a certain way. So they might be feeling a little bit hesitant, a little bit scared to, like, fully commit to this new path. They might be wondering if they're really ready for this. They might be wondering if they're good enough. But with the Smoky Quartz, it's like they're finding the courage to step into their power and embrace their true calling. They're realizing that they're worthy of love and happiness, and that they deserve to be with you. And they're ready to, like, take that leap of faith and see what happens. So, overall, this is a really powerful combination of cards, right? It's showing that this person is going through a major transformation, that they're questioning their desires and their motives, and that they're ultimately being called to something higher. And that something higher might just be you. They're definitely working through some buried desires regarding you, that's for sure. The Chariot shows the initial drive and ambition, the Hermit the deep soul-searching, and Judgment the ultimate decision and rebirth. It's like they're shedding their old skin and embracing a new version of themselves, one that's ready for a real connection with you. This is really exciting. I can't wait to see what the other cards reveal about this whole situation, because, wow, this is a lot. The Moon, oh my gosh, the Moon. So after all that Chariot ambition, all that Hermit soul-searching, all that judgmental decision-making, we get the Moon? Like what? This throws a whole wrench in the works, doesn't it? Because the Moon is all about illusion, right? It's about the subconscious, it's about things that are hidden, things that are not what they seem. So, like, is all that stuff from before even real? Were they really being honest with themselves during that Hermit phase? Was that judgment call, like, a genuine awakening or just, like, a trick of the light? It's like, hold on a second, are they even aware of their true feelings, or are they just projecting some kind of fantasy onto you? See, the Chariot is all about control and direction, but the Moon is about, like, losing control, about being adrift in a sea of emotions. So maybe that drive to, like, conquer you that we saw in the Chariot? Maybe it's not as straightforward as it seemed. Maybe it's fueled by some deeper, darker, more hidden desires or fears. Maybe they think they want to be with you, but really they're just chasing some, like, idealized version of you that doesn't even exist. Or maybe, like, they're afraid of their own feelings for you, so they're trying to, like, control the situation before their emotions, like, take over. And that Hermit energy, that introspection. The Moon suggests that maybe they weren't being completely honest with themselves during that alone time. Maybe they were only scratching the surface of their feelings, avoiding the really uncomfortable truths that were lurking beneath. Maybe they're afraid to confront their own shadows, their own insecurities, So they're hiding in their cave, pretending to be enlightened, when really they're just, scared. And judgment, oh man, judgment. With the moon here, it's like, was that really a true awakening, or was it just a dream? Were they really called to something higher, or were they just caught up in some kind of illusion? Maybe they think they've made a decision, but really they're still in the dark, still unsure of what they really want. It's like they think they see the path ahead, but it's just a moonlit reflection, distorted and unclear. So what are these hidden feelings then? What's lurking in the shadows? Well, the moon is often associated with fear, right? Fear of the unknown, fear of rejection, fear of vulnerability. So maybe they're afraid of putting themselves out there, afraid of getting hurt, afraid of not being good enough for you. Maybe they have some past trauma that's making them hesitant to open up, some old wounds that haven't fully healed. And so they're projecting this image of confidence and control, but really they're just terrified underneath. Or maybe they're afraid of what other people will think, right? Afraid of judgment from their friends, their family, society. Maybe they're worried that your relationship won't be accepted, or that it'll cause some kind of conflict in their life. And so they're keeping their feelings hidden, pretending that it's not a big deal, when really it's eating them up inside. It could also be that they're struggling with some unresolved issues from their past, right? Some old baggage that they haven't dealt with. Maybe they had a bad breakup, or a difficult childhood, or some kind of trauma that's affecting their ability to form healthy relationships. And so, they're projecting that pain onto you, seeing you as a potential source of hurt, even if you've done nothing wrong. They might be subconsciously testing you, pushing you away to see if you'll stick around, to see if you're really worth the risk. But the moon isn't just about fear, right? It's also about intuition, about dreams, about the subconscious mind. So, maybe they're picking up on something that you're not even aware of. Maybe they're sensing some kind of disconnect between your words and your actions, some kind of hidden agenda that you're not revealing. Or maybe they're just really, really intuitive and are picking up on your insecurities, your fears, your doubts. And this can be, incredibly unsettling for them, right? Because it's like they're seeing a side of you that you're trying to hide, a side of you that you might not even be aware of yourself. It could also mean they are incredibly creative when they think about you, as the moon is very imaginative. Maybe they fantasize about a life with you, but are too scared to voice their dreams. And with the Smoky quartz, it's like they're trying to transform these fears, trying to release these illusions, trying to bring some clarity to this murky situation, right? They're aware, on some level, that they're not being completely honest with themselves, and they're trying to, dig deeper and figure out what's really going on. But it's not easy, right? Because the moon is all about deception, about things that are hidden from the conscious mind. So they might be struggling to even identify what their true feelings are, let alone, express them to you. They could be suppressing a deep desire that they are not ready to face. It could even be a desire that conflicts with their current belief system, so they bury it deep down. They are feeling the transformative power of the Smoky quartz, and it is making them feel the need to analyze why they are feeling these buried desires. This could also mean that they are confused about your feelings. The moon is a confusing card, after all. Maybe they aren't sure how you feel about them, so they are mirroring that confusion internally. Or maybe they are picking up on mixed signals from you. It's like they are in the dark, unsure of which path to take, what the right answer is. That Smoky quartz is definitely needed here to help them cut through all that confusion and see the situation for what it really is. But remember, the moon can also represent heightened intuition. Maybe they know exactly how you feel, even if you haven't said it outright. Maybe they're picking up on subtle cues, body language, or unspoken desires. They could be hesitant to act on these intuitions, though, if they're afraid of misinterpreting the signs. The moon also has a connection to the divine feminine. Perhaps they are trying to connect with their own feminine side when they think about you. This could mean embracing their emotions, intuition, and creativity. Or maybe they see you as embodying the divine feminine, and they're drawn to your nurturing, compassionate, and intuitive nature. With the Smoky quartz, they could be trying to balance their masculine and feminine energies, becoming more whole and balanced as a person. Okay, so this is getting even more complicated, right? We went from the chariots, like clear direction, to the moons, like total confusion. It's like they're on this emotional roller coaster, and they don't even know where it's going. They are hoping that the Smoky Quartz will help them navigate these turbulent waters and reach a place of clarity and peace. And that's what they need to be able to make the right decisions for both of you. I am on the edge of my seat. This is so exciting. What's the next card? Two of Wands. Okay, so after all that, after the Chariot, the Hermit, Judgment, and then the Moon throwing a huge curveball, we get the Two of Wands. So, what does this even mean in the context of all this buried desire stuff? Are they moving forward or are they stuck? Are they, making plans or are they just dreaming? It's like a crossroads moment, right? It's a card about having a vision, about seeing possibilities, but also about, feeling a little bit hesitant to, fully commit. So, with the Moon still in the mix, it's are they even seeing the situation clearly? Are they making plans based on, reality, or are they making plans based on some kind of illusion? Are they seeing you for who you really are, or are they projecting some fantasy onto you? Because the Two of Wands is about having a global perspective, right? It's about seeing the big picture. But if the Moon is clouding their vision, then, what big picture are they even seeing? Are they seeing the truth, or are they just seeing what they want to see? Oh my gosh, this is so complicated. It could be that they're at a point where they're recognizing they have options, right? The Chariot was this headstrong rush, the Hermit was the withdrawal and the soul searching, Judgment was the call to action. But now with the Two of Wands, they see the landscape of possibilities before them, for good or ill, depending on how much the Moon is influencing them. They could be thinking, okay, do I pursue this or do I not pursue this? What are the pros and cons? What are the potential outcomes? And with the Smoky Quartz, they are really trying to ground themselves, trying to use that transformative energy to cut through the illusions and see things as they really are, right? They're trying to make a practical, grounded decision, not one based on fantasy or wishful thinking. But here's the thing, right? The Two of Wands can also indicate a feeling of being, stuck between two worlds. They have this vision of what they want, but they don't quite know how to get there. They're standing on the edge of something new, but they're still holding on to something old. And so, they're feeling this tension, this pull in two different directions. So maybe they're torn between their desire for you and their fear of, putting themselves out there. Maybe they want to take that leap of faith, but they're also afraid of getting hurt. Maybe they're comfortable in their current situation, even if it's not ideal, and they're scared to rock the boat. And with the Moon still lingering, it's what are they even afraid of? Are they afraid of the reality of a relationship with you, or are they afraid of the fantasy that they've created in their head? Are they afraid of letting go of their old identity, or are they afraid of embracing a new one? It's there's this internal battle going on, and they're not quite sure which way to go. The Smoky Quartz is working overtime here to try and ground that energy, to try and bring clarity to the situation, but the Moon is a powerful force. It's hard to see through those illusions, to really understand what's driving their hesitation. It's almost like they are weighing the known against the unknown. With the Moon still casting its shadow, that unknown is extra scary because it could be based on a false premise. They could be afraid of something that isn't even real. The Two of Wands is also about personal power, right? It's about recognizing your own abilities and resources and using them to create the life you want. But if they're feeling insecure or unsure of themselves, then they might not be able to tap into that power. They might be doubting their own capabilities, wondering if they're really good enough to, achieve their goals. And so, they're holding themselves back, playing it safe, instead of taking a risk and going for what they want. This could be because they don't feel worthy of you, or they don't think the relationship would ever work out in the long term. The Smoky Quartz is there to help them release those feelings of unworthiness, to see their own value and potential, but it's a process, right? It takes time to transform those deeply ingrained beliefs. Or, you know what else it could be? Maybe they're worried about the responsibility that comes with making a decision. The Two of Wands is about taking ownership of your life, about creating your own destiny. But that also means taking responsibility for the consequences of your actions, and maybe they're not ready for that. Maybe they're afraid of messing things up, of making the wrong choice, of hurting you or themselves. And so, they're procrastinating, delaying the inevitable, hoping that the decision will somehow make itself. But that's not how it works, right? You have to take action, you have to make a choice, even if it's a difficult one. This is where that chariot energy could come back into play. They need to harness that drive, that determination, and use it to overcome their fear and take control of their situation. The Two of Wands can also represent a partnership, right? It's about two people coming together to create something bigger than themselves. But if they're not on the same page, if they don't share the same vision, then that partnership is going to be difficult to achieve. So maybe they're questioning whether you're really the right person for them. Maybe they're wondering if your goals and values align. Maybe they're sensing some kind of incompatibility that's making them hesitant to commit. With the moon clouding their vision, it's hard to see the true potential of the partnership. They might be focusing on the differences instead of the similarities, on the challenges instead of the opportunities. But the Smoky Quartz is there to help them find common ground, to see the potential for growth and connection, to build a solid foundation for a lasting relationship. Okay, so what buried desires could be at play here? The moon already hinted at hidden fears and unresolved issues, but how does that connect to the Two of Wands' sense of choice and potential? Maybe they deeply desire a stable, secure relationship, but they're afraid that it's not possible with you. Maybe they have a secret longing for adventure and excitement, but they're worried that you're too grounded or conventional. Or maybe they just want someone who understands them completely, someone who sees them for who they really are, flaws and all, but they're afraid of being vulnerable and opening themselves up to that level of intimacy. This is where the Hermit energy could be resurfacing. They need to go back within to really examine their own desires and fears before they can make a decision about their future with you. And you know what? Maybe the buried desire isn't even about you specifically. Maybe it's about something else entirely, something that's completely unrelated to your relationship. Maybe they're feeling unfulfilled in their career, or their creative pursuits, or their personal life. And they're projecting that feeling of dissatisfaction onto you, seeing you as a potential solution to their problems. But that's not fair to you, right? You can't be their everything. You can't fix all their problems. They need to take responsibility for their own happiness and fulfillment and not rely on you to provide it for them. The Smoky Quartz is helping them to see this, to recognize their own needs and desires, and to take steps to fulfill them independently. So, basically, the Two of Wands is saying, okay, you've got options, you've got potential. But you need to get clear on what you really want before you can move forward. And with the moon still hanging around, that clarity is going to be hard to come by. They need to dig deep, to confront their fears, to release their illusions, and to tap into their own inner power. Only then can they make a decision that's truly aligned with their highest good. It's like, are they going to step into their power and create the life they want, or are they going to stay stuck in their comfort zone, letting fear and illusion guide their choices? This is the question that they're grappling with right now. And the Smoky Quartz is really crucial here, because without that transformative energy, they could easily get lost in the moon's illusions and make a decision that they later regret. It's helping them to stay grounded, to stay focused, and to stay true to themselves, even when things get confusing. This is a really important moment in their journey. The choices they make now will have a significant impact on their future and on your relationship. I am so curious what happens next. What will be the result of all this inner turmoil? I can't wait to pull the next card to see where all this is heading. It's so suspenseful, isn't it? Oh my gosh, okay, here we go. Oh my god, okay. After all of that, the Two of Wands with the choices, the moon with the illusions, judgment and the calling, and the chariot and the hermit, are they coming or going? We get the King of Cups. Wow, okay, so what does this even mean in the midst of all this buried desire drama? I mean, is this person finally getting a grip on their emotions? Are they, stepping into their power as, an emotionally mature human being? Or is this just another layer of, complexity and confusion? I'm so excited, but also like, what? Because the King of Cups, right? He's all about emotional mastery. He's about like being in control of your feelings, but also being compassionate and empathetic, right? He's not just like some cold, detached ruler. He's like a leader who understands the human heart. So like, is this person finally learning how to navigate their emotions in a healthy way? Are they finally able to like balance their head and their heart after all this chaos? Or is this more complicated than it seems? Because it always is, isn't it? Okay, so maybe this King of Cups energy is about them finally understanding their feelings for you, right? Like, after all that moon illusion and Two of Wands confusion, maybe they're finally able to see you clearly, to see their own emotions clearly, and to, like, approach the situation with a sense of calm and compassion. Maybe they're realizing that they care about you deeply and they want to create a stable, loving relationship with you. I mean, that would be amazing, right? After all this turmoil. But but, there's always a but, right? The King of Cups can also have a shadow side. He can be like emotionally repressed, right? He can be so afraid of his own feelings that he like shuts them down completely. He can become passive-aggressive, manipulative, or even like emotionally abusive. So like, is this person really being genuine, or are they just putting on a show? Are they really in touch with their emotions, or are they just trying to control the situation? Oh my gosh, what if they're using this King of Cups energy to, like, manipulate you? What if they're trying to, like, appear calm and collected, but really they're hiding a whole mess of emotions underneath the surface? What if they're trying to, like, guilt you into doing what they want? Or what if they're just, like, completely detached from their own feelings and they're just going through the motions? That would be so messed up, right? But with the moon still lingering, it's definitely a possibility. Like, are they even aware of their own shadow side, or are they just like blindly projecting this image of emotional maturity? I am getting nervous. Okay, so how does this King of Cups energy interact with the previous cards? Like, with the moon, for example, is it helping them to see through the illusions, to connect with their intuition, and to embrace their emotions? Or is it just adding another layer of deception? Are they using their emotional intelligence to navigate the murky waters of their subconscious? Or are they just getting even more lost in the shadows? And with the Two of Wands, is the King of Cups helping them to make a clear, grounded decision about their future? Or are they just using their emotional skills to, like, manipulate the situation to their advantage? Are they finally able to see the big picture and make a choice that's aligned with their highest good? Or are they just getting even more stuck in their indecision? I mean, the King of Cups, is that emotional intelligence going to help them choose a path? Or are they going to use it to stay stuck? What about judgment? Are they using that King of Cups energy to embrace their true calling and step into their destiny? Or are they just using their emotional skills to, like, avoid responsibility? Are they finally able to forgive themselves and move forward with a clean slate? Or are they just, like, clinging to their past mistakes? Is the King of Cups going to help them forgive, or just help them avoid facing the music? And then there's the Chariot and the Hermit, right? Is the King of Cups helping them to balance their drive and ambition with their need for introspection and solitude? Or are they just using their emotional skills to, like, control and manipulate others? Are they finally able to find a healthy balance between action and reflection, or are they just getting even more caught up in their own internal conflicts? Are they going to Chariot forward or Hermit away? Like, which one? Okay, so what buried desires could be at play here with the King of Cups? Maybe they have a deep desire to be seen as, like, emotionally stable and mature, right? Maybe they want to be the kind of person who can handle any situation with grace and compassion. But underneath that desire, they might be hiding a lot of pain and insecurity. Maybe they're afraid of being vulnerable, afraid of showing their true feelings, afraid of being judged or rejected. So they put on this facade of emotional mastery, but really they're just terrified underneath. Or maybe they have a buried desire to be taken care of, right? Maybe they want someone to nurture them and support them and love them unconditionally. But they're afraid to ask for that kind of love, afraid of being seen as needy or dependent. So they try to be the strong, stoic King of Cups, but really they're just longing for someone to take care of them. It could also be that they have a buried desire for, like, emotional connection and intimacy, right? Maybe they want to share their deepest feelings with someone, to be truly seen and understood. But they're afraid of getting hurt, afraid of being betrayed or abandoned. So they keep their emotions guarded, building walls around their heart, and they never really let anyone in. And all of this relates back to the Smoky quartz, right? Because this crystal is all about transformation, about releasing negativity and embracing your true power. So, like, is the King of Cups energy helping them to transform their fears and insecurities into strength and compassion? Or is it just reinforcing their negative patterns? Are they using the Smoky quartz to, like, dig deep and heal their emotional wounds, or are they just using it to, like, hide from their problems? Oh my gosh, I am so stressed. Are they transforming like the Smoky quartz wants them to, or are they resisting it? That's the question, isn't it? Are they letting go of the need to control everything, embracing vulnerability, and allowing themselves to be truly seen? Or are they clinging to their old patterns of emotional repression and manipulation? The Smoky quartz wants to help them become more authentic, more compassionate, and more emotionally intelligent, but it's up to them to do the work. Okay, so basically, the King of Cups is adding a whole new layer of complexity to this situation, right? It's not just about choices and illusions and hidden desires anymore. It's also about emotional maturity, compassion, and the potential for both healing and manipulation. It's like, are they going to use their emotional skills for good or for evil? Are they going to embrace their true feelings, or are they going to keep hiding behind a mask? This is what we need to find out, right? This is so intense, I can barely handle it. What's the next card gonna be? Is it gonna bring some clarity to this whole situation, or is it gonna throw us for another loop? I'm so nervous, but I'm also so excited. Okay, here we go. Two of Pentacles. Oh my God, are you kidding me right now? Like, after all of that emotional turmoil and potential manipulation with the King of Cups, we get the Two of Pentacles. Like, seriously, this is like the ultimate card of balance, right? Juggling all those balls in the air, trying to keep everything from crashing down around you. So, like, is this person just, like, completely overwhelmed right now? Are they trying to manage too many things at once? Or is there something deeper going on here? Oh my gosh, I am so stressed out for you. Because think about it, right? The King of Cups is all about emotional control, but the Two of Pentacles is about, like, adapting to change, about being flexible. So, like, are they trying to maintain that emotional control while also juggling a million other things? Is that even possible? Are they going to crack under the pressure? Or are they going to find a way to, like, gracefully navigate all the chaos? It's like, are they trying to balance their feelings for you with all these external pressures and obligations? What a mess. And how does this connect to the previous cards, right? Like, with the moon still casting its shadow of illusion, is this juggling act even real? Are they really dealing with all these different responsibilities, or are they just creating a smokescreen to hide their true feelings? Are they trying to distract themselves from their emotions by keeping busy? Oh my God, that's totally a possibility, right? They could be, like, so afraid of confronting their true feelings for you that they're just throwing themselves into work or other distractions to avoid dealing with it. And what about the Two of Wands, right? That card of choices and possibilities. Are they trying to balance two different paths, two different options? Are they torn between pursuing a relationship with you and, like, staying in their comfort zone? Oh my God, maybe they're literally juggling you and someone else. I hate to say it, but it's totally possible, right? The Two of Pentacles is all about having multiple things going on at once. So, like, are they trying to decide between two different relationships, two different futures? Oh, that's awful, I hope not. But if they are, the Smoky quartz is really going to need to kick in and help them get clear on what they really want. And then there's Judgment, right? That card of awakening and rebirth. Are they trying to balance their old self with their new self? Are they trying to integrate the lessons they've learned from the past with their hopes for the future? Maybe they're feeling this huge pressure to, like, live up to their potential, to become the best version of themselves, but they're also struggling to let go of their old habits and patterns. It's like they're trying to juggle their past, present, and future all at the same time, which is impossible, by the way. And what about the Chariot and the Hermit? Are they trying to balance their need for control and achievement with their need for introspection and solitude? Are they trying to find a way to, move forward in their life while also taking time to reflect on their journey? Maybe they're feeling this internal conflict between, pushing themselves to achieve their goals and, retreating into their shell to recharge their batteries. Oh my gosh, they're all about extremes, aren't they? It's all so much. But here's the thing, right? The Two of Pentacles isn't just about juggling and balancing. It's also about adaptability, about being able to roll with the punches. So maybe this person is actually really good at handling all the different demands in their life. Maybe they're, a master of multitasking, able to switch gears effortlessly and stay calm under pressure. But even if they are adaptable, that doesn't mean they're not feeling stressed out, right? The Two of Pentacles can also indicate a feeling of being spread too thin, of not having enough time or energy to devote to everything that's important to you. So maybe they're feeling stretched to their limit, trying to keep all those plates spinning, but they're secretly longing for some peace and quiet. Oh my God, they probably just need a vacation. And how does this adaptability play into the emotional landscape we've been exploring? Maybe they're adapting to your moods, your needs, your expectations, right? They're trying to be everything you want them to be, but they're losing sight of themselves in the process. Maybe they're so focused on pleasing you that they're neglecting their own needs and desires. Oh my gosh, are they a people pleaser? Is that the problem? Or maybe they're adapting to the ups and downs of your relationship, right? They're taking the good with the bad, the highs with the lows, and they're trying to stay positive and optimistic even when things get tough. But underneath that adaptable exterior, they might be feeling insecure and uncertain about the future of your relationship. Are they going to burn out? And with the moon still in the mix, it's are they even being authentic in their adaptability? Are they really adapting to you, or are they just pretending to be someone they're not? Are they trying to mirror your personality to become your ideal partner, but they're sacrificing their own identity in the process? Oh my gosh, that's so sad. But you know what else the Two of Pentacles can represent? Finances. Oh my God, what if this is all about money? What if they're struggling to make ends meet? What if they're worried about their job security? What if they're just trying to, keep their head above water financially? Maybe they're trying to balance their desire to be with you with their need to, provide for themselves or their family. Maybe they're feeling this pressure to, be successful and financially stable, but they're also longing for a deeper connection with you. It's like they're torn between their career goals and their relationship goals. So maybe you're not being juggled with another person, but you're being juggled with their job, or maybe they're worried about the financial implications of a relationship with you. Maybe they're wondering if they can afford to take you out on dates, or to travel with you, or to eventually build a life with you. Oh my gosh, are they cheap? No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, money can be a huge stressor in any relationship. And with the moon still casting its shadow, it's are their financial worries even real? Are they based on facts, or are they based on anxieties and insecurities? Are they projecting their own fears onto the situation? Maybe they're afraid of failing, afraid of not being good enough, afraid of not being able to provide for you. And that's what's truly being buried. So, what buried desires could be at play here with the Two of Pentacles? Maybe they have a deep desire for stability and security, right? Maybe they want to feel like they have control over their life, like they're not constantly teetering on the edge of disaster. But underneath that desire, they might be hiding a lot of anxiety and fear. Maybe they're afraid of losing everything, afraid of being vulnerable, afraid of not being able to cope with whatever life throws their way. Or maybe they have a buried desire for freedom and flexibility, right? Maybe they want to be able to travel the world, to pursue their passions, to live life on their own terms. But they're afraid of taking risks, afraid of stepping outside their comfort zone, afraid of not being able to make a living doing what they love. And all of this, right? All of it is going back to the Smoky Quartz. Right. Is this transformation even working? Is it helping them to release their fears and embrace their true power? Or are they just getting more and more overwhelmed by the pressure? It's are they using the Smoky Quartz to, find a healthy balance in their life? Or are they just using it to, avoid dealing with their problems? Are they letting go of the need to control everything, embracing change and adaptability, and trusting that everything will work out for the best? Or are they clinging to their old patterns of anxiety and fear, trying to juggle everything perfectly and inevitably failing? The Smoky Quartz is there to help them transform their relationship with stress and overwhelm, to see the opportunities for growth and learning in every challenge. But they have to be willing to let go of their old patterns and embrace a new way of being. Oh my gosh, this is so much to think about. I need a minute. But okay. So the Two of Pentacles is adding even more layers to this already complicated situation. It's not just about emotions and choices and hidden desires anymore. It's also about balance, adaptability, and financial concerns. It's like, are they going to find a way to juggle everything successfully, or are they going to crack under the pressure? Are they going to embrace change and flexibility, or are they going to cling to their old patterns of control? This is what we need to find out, right? Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine what the next card is going to be. I'm on the edge of my seat. Okay, let's pull it. Oh my freaking god, okay, Death. After all of that? Like seriously? Death, I know, don't freak out. It's not usually a bad card, but like in this context, with all that other stuff going on, it feels intense, right? But seriously, like deep breaths, okay? Deep breaths. Because death isn't usually about like physical death. It's about transformation, right? It's about endings and beginnings. It's about shedding the old to make way for the new. And honestly, after everything we've seen in these cards, it makes total sense, right? It's like this person is at a major turning point in their life, and they're being called to, like, let go of something big. Something huge, but what is it, right? What needs to die? What needs to be released? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Well, let's think about it, okay? Let's go back to the Chariot. Remember that drive, that ambition, that need to conquer? Maybe what needs to die is that need for control. Maybe they need to let go of that, like, I'm gonna get what I want, no matter what energy, and embrace a more, like, surrendering and trusting approach. Maybe they need to realize that they can't control everything, and that sometimes the best thing to do is just, like, let go and let things unfold. Because honestly, sometimes that Chariot energy can be exhausting, right? It's like they're constantly fighting against the current, trying to force things to happen. And maybe, just maybe, they need to learn how to go with the flow. And what about the Hermit, right? That introspection, that solitude, that need to go within? Maybe what needs to die is that fear of vulnerability. Maybe they need to let go of that need to hide in their cave and actually, like, connect with other people. Maybe they need to realize that it's okay to be vulnerable, it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to let people see their true selves. Because honestly, that Hermit energy can be isolating, right? It's like they're constantly shutting themselves off from the world, afraid of getting hurt. And maybe, just maybe, they need to learn how to open their heart. And judgment, oh man, judgment. That call to awakening, that rebirth, that decision-making process. Maybe what needs to die is that old version of themselves. Maybe they need to let go of those past mistakes, those regrets, those limiting beliefs that are holding them back. Maybe they need to realize that they're not defined by their past and that they have the power to create a new future for themselves. Because honestly, clinging to the past can be crippling, right? It's like they're constantly dragging around all this baggage, weighing them down. And maybe, just maybe, they need to learn how to forgive themselves and move on. And then there's the Moon, right? That illusion, that subconscious, that hidden stuff. Maybe what needs to die is that illusion. Maybe they need to let go of those fantasies, those projections, those unrealistic expectations that they're placing on you and on the relationship. Maybe they need to realize that you're not perfect, they're not perfect, and the relationship isn't perfect, and that's okay. Because honestly, chasing after illusions can be exhausting, right? It's like they're constantly trying to reach for something that's not even real. And maybe, just maybe, they need to learn how to accept reality for what it is. And the Two of Wands, that choice, those possibilities, that crossroads moment. Maybe what needs to die is that fear of commitment. Maybe they need to let go of that hesitation, that uncertainty, that feeling of being stuck between two worlds. Maybe they need to realize that it's okay to take a risk, it's okay to choose a path, and it's okay to fully commit to something that they believe in. Because honestly, staying stuck in indecision can be paralyzing, right? It's like they're constantly weighing the pros and cons, never able to make a decision. And maybe, just maybe, they need to learn how to trust their intuition and take a leap of faith. And the King of Cups, that emotional mastery, that compassion, that potential for manipulation. Maybe what needs to die is that need for control over their emotions. Maybe they need to let go of that fear of vulnerability, that need to appear strong and stoic, and allow themselves to feel their feelings fully, even the uncomfortable ones. Maybe they need to realize that it's okay to be sensitive, it's okay to cry, and it's okay to express their emotions in a healthy way. Because honestly, repressing their emotions can be damaging, right? It's like they're constantly building up this wall around their heart, preventing them from truly connecting with others. And maybe, just maybe, they need to learn how to open themselves up to love. And the Two of Pentacles, that balance, that adaptability, those financial concerns. Maybe what needs to die is that feeling of overwhelm. Maybe they need to let go of that need to juggle everything perfectly, that pressure to be everything to everyone, and prioritize what's truly important to them. Maybe they need to realize that it's okay to ask for help, it's okay to say no, and it's okay to let go of some responsibilities. Because honestly, trying to do everything can be exhausting, right? It's like they're constantly running on empty, never able to truly relax and recharge. And maybe, just maybe, they need to learn how to simplify their life. So, death is here to say, okay, enough is enough. It's time to let go of all that stuff that's holding you back. It's time to release those old patterns, those limiting beliefs, those fears that are preventing you from living your best life. And it's not gonna be easy, right? Death is a major transformation, and it can be scary and uncomfortable. It might feel like you're losing a part of yourself, like you're stepping into the unknown. There will be resistance, but here's the thing, right? Death isn't just about endings. It's also about beginnings. It's about making space for something new and better to come into your life. It's about creating the opportunity for growth, for healing, for transformation. So, as you let go of all that old stuff, what's gonna fill that void? What new possibilities are opening up for you? Well, maybe you're gonna find a new sense of freedom, right? A new sense of liberation from all those old burdens. Maybe you're gonna feel lighter, more energized, more alive. Maybe you're gonna discover a new passion, a new purpose, a new direction in your life. Or maybe you're gonna find a deeper connection with yourself, a greater sense of self-love and self-acceptance. Maybe you're gonna learn how to trust yourself, how to follow your intuition, how to live authentically. And what about your relationship with this person? How is death gonna transform that? Well, maybe it's gonna lead to a deeper, more meaningful connection. Maybe it's gonna help you both to release your old patterns and create a new, healthier dynamic. Maybe it's gonna open the door for more honesty, more vulnerability, more intimacy. Or maybe it's gonna reveal that this relationship isn't serving you anymore and that it's time to move on. And if that's the case, that's okay too, right? Because sometimes the most loving thing you can do is to let go. The Smoky Quartz is so important here, right? It's all about transformation, about releasing negativity and embracing your true power. This is your crystal for this reading, and I hope you chose it because it vibes with your soul. Let the Smoky Quartz help you through the scary parts of this process, because it is all about positive transformation. So, how do you navigate this transformation, right? How do you embrace death and come out on the other side stronger and more empowered? Well, first of all, be kind to yourself, okay? This is a big change, and it's gonna take time. Don't beat yourself up if you have setbacks or if you feel confused or overwhelmed. Just keep reminding yourself that you're doing the best you can and that you're moving in the right direction. And second of all, trust the process, right? Even when things feel chaotic or uncertain, trust that everything is happening for a reason. Trust that the universe has your back and that you're being guided towards your highest good. And third of all, ask for help, okay? You don't have to go through this alone. Reach out to your friends, your family, your therapist, your spiritual advisor, whoever you trust and feel supported by. Let them know what you're going through, and let them offer you their love and guidance. And fourth of all, take care of yourself, right? Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating healthy food, exercising regularly, and doing things that bring you joy. Nurture your body, your mind, and your spirit. And finally, remember that you are strong, right? You are resilient. You have the power to get through this. You've gotten through tough times before, and you can get through this too. You are capable of amazing things. This is your journey, and you are the only one who can walk it. So, embrace the change, release the old, and step into your power. And trust that everything is gonna be okay. You have the transformative power of the Smoky Quartz on your side, and it's going to get you through. I know it. I believe in you. And remember, even though death can be scary, it's also a beautiful opportunity for growth and renewal. So, embrace it with an open heart and see what amazing things are waiting for you on the other side. I am so excited for you. You got this.